So, as you may know now, for those who are still playing the game, the last Observer set pieces are available if you go on Twitch and you'll spend a couple of hours. There's the doors and there's the roof. Rails also, nothing really fancy, but what we can talk about now is the new stuff that came up with the free DLC that arrived a couple of days ago. We have this wonderful piece, holographic tree, very nice. That looks pretty great. We have this wonderful carpet and the table. The table is really awesome. And you have some little pieces that you can put on it. Let me see if I can show you. All of them are here. So you have little Arconen 3D statues. I mean miniatures, they call it. Spice Blow, Flag, etc. Ornithopter, Harvester, Sandbike, etc. Those are previous ones. So, alright. This is a free DLC. It looks pretty good. It's also included with some new weapon skins. So we have one for the sniper and the SMG. Wooden style. You can see it here in the base color set. That looks pretty good. The other one is the SMG. I also like the skin, like wood imitation, I guess, in the context, but that looks also pretty good. But it's not everything. We also have another holographic projection, so you have this banner here. Looks pretty good. And the cherry on cake is that you can also move your base entirely, which I'm not gonna do because my base is huge. It's almost making the server lag, but that's fine. What I can show you is the new container, which is in anchor number 2. Here we are. That you can place with the torch, the welding torch. You can also customize it with the swatches you get, which is pretty cool. You wanna Atreides, Green Goblin mod, or you want some Arconen. Alright, I work with the Vermius Gap, and you should be able to pick it up. Also with the massive ornithopter, the transport ornithopter. So let's try the carrier. Huge, baby. So there are gonna be a lot of announcements today. First, it's gonna be the season 3. Alright. Here we go. This thing, by the way, is huge. It's really heavy. 125 in weight. Hey, look. Now I can carry everything I need in the deep desert. Isn't that great? Big dog. I'm gonna settle this down. We have a few minutes. We can watch the announcement of the season 3. They have a lot to do there. The expectations are really high. Because the game is quite, let's be honest, quite dead. Servers are quite empty. Will people come back? With such a massive update, I think we'll have people for a little while, especially now since we can remove your base and put it back, but I guess it's too late for a lot of people. We're gonna react live to the stream, which will start in 7 minutes now. So that's gonna be interesting. Can't wait to see wonderful Natasha talk with the devs and show us everything that they have planned. There is a short video also. We can maybe watch it now. Let me go there. All right. Here we go. So I'm gonna do some audio. Okay, so yeah, the audio is not coming from me. From there, all right. So what if I move that here? Is it still fine? Okay, right. So let's watch together the trailer announcement for Chapter 3. There's a lot of things there, so let's see what they have in store.
Chapter 3 is the biggest update to Dune Awakening yet. A rebuilt endgame, new maps, missions, testing stations, and much more.
So yeah, rebuild of the endgame, it's more than necessary now. It's far too late. As a lot of people say, the game was released in beta, pretty much. So yeah, really looking forward for that.
Choose among the great houses and take on Landsrad missions that will further your specialization. Houses and take on Landsrad missions.
Okay, what do we have here? Race against time. Collect surveillance device in the Aga Rift before the information is wiped. We also discover the network of monitoring device, blah blah blah. The problem is after you collect the first, it will trigger a signal that wipes all the other data in short amount of time. Okay. Faction standing. House script. Okay, sorry, script. That's Exploration XP. That's a new thing. So there are gonna be a lot of changes there. And it seems to be... So, you know, the houses are grouped in different categories. When you give your bonus to the Landsrad, you see like tell you like, oh, this type of houses, and they're all in that kind of like mini consortium together. So that's why you see here subtlety, gathering, crafting. So that's gonna be interesting. So in several tier, it looks like. Okay.
That will further your specialization as a crafter.
Okay. A lot of changes also, specialization, so it's gonna work in pair with the Landsrad, so you're gonna get that XP. Yeah, you see the exploration there that we were seeing in the previous part of the video. So it seems that you gather, you improve, there will be fighting, crafting, exploration. So here you can see on what's highlighted, garment augmentation limit, made augmentation limit, range, batch crafting chance. Okay, so that can be pretty cool. Improved augment chance, refining speed. There are gonna be really a lot of changes. They've been cooking hard.
Gatherer.
Looks like you use spies to unlock them, which is okay.
Explorer.
So let me...
As a crafter, gatherer.
Okay, some extra yield. Can you get them all up? That's the question.
Explore.
Backpack volume capacity is huge. Inventory slot capacity. Yeah. That's something I would definitely love. Vehicle sense stop damage should be a minus, not a plus, I hope. Boosted generation. That's fuel efficiency. All of that is really enticing to me. Fighting. What do we have as an example here? Extra damage mitigation, pH skill point. I don't know what that is. Max health, max stamina. Yeah.
Actor or saboteur.
Saboteur. Damage to stagger target. Okay, so that's combat as well. Explosive barrel damage. Okay, that's not very useful at the moment. House created bonus reward. That's cool. Enemy detection range. Okay. Still waiting for that third faction, by the way.
10 new locations are available across the overland map.
Okay, instanced location. That's what we're expecting. I hope they are instanced. That would be really great.
Each with new challenges. These include 5 new Imperial testing stations with scalable difficulty and reward.
That's perfect. Then it means That's perfect if you go with a party. You're gonna be able to make parties and go there. If it's instance, that's exactly what we needed. It's 6 months too late, but that's better than nothing. I don't like the scaling modifiers because it's just making the enemies more tanky and not smarter. Or I would always prefer to have more enemies with more variety than other than just like sponge damage. All right. But you see quality of loot, I guess, weapon and armor, augments. And we're gonna have an augment system as well. That's pretty cool.
Once you completed these challenges, return to your base and craft augments, a new...
Alright, augments that you can attach to your tier 6 unique weapons or armor. That's pretty cool.
way to upgrade your tier 6 gear and progress in the end.
And augmentation for disruptor when increased damage and reduce recoil volume but reduce accuracy. And I mean, okay, so plus damage, minus accuracy. Okay. Clip size, power consumption. Okay.
Dozens of
augmentation which increase shield damage and effective range but reduce rate of fire. Okay, a lot of interesting. You're gonna be able to customize your weapon to your playstyle, which I really like.
Augments are available for weapons and armors. Speaking of weapons, new dual blades provide a unique way to approach melee.
Okay, that's huge. Is it gonna be only for short blades?
The Rapier Reborn turns attack into defense in a single fluid motion.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And from afar, the Pyrocket smokes out those who think they can hide.
Okay, that can be great. Because the flamethrower is really disappointing, to be honest. Especially if you go into the deep desert testing station, the damage output is horrible. And you get pretty much fried before you can even kill an enemy, even if you're spec'd into heavy weaponry and as like a ranged character.
Bondsmen, now familiar, let the battle begin!
The main story of Dune Awakening continues in Chapter 3 with the new storyline. Infiltrate the arena in Neo-Carthag and fight in bloody gladiatorial battles.
Okay, that's gonna be good. I think the story is great, but it's been really disappointing to me. The twists are quite great, but it's like it's too short, far too short. So if they can expand on that and give us something quite interesting, like a longer storyline with a lot of things to do, that would be great. I'm muted.
Degenerate killer!
Then reunite with a familiar.
Oh, do you know who that is?
Into the heart of the smuggler domain.
It's not every day we get visitors here.
Chapter
3 also launches.
Alright, this is the new set we're gonna have. I should say, meh.
With a DLC. This includes a full 74-piece smuggler building set, a 17-piece decoration set, 3 armor sets.
Okay, armors. Not that bad. Do we have... so I guess heavy armor in front, and then we have light armor on the left and on the right. Steel suit, maybe?
And more. This is Dune Awakening, Chapter 3. A rebuilt endgame, deeper systems, new missions, new weapons, and new ways to define your role.
They came in nameless.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm hyped now. Like the revamped endgame, man, they've been cooking, but it's too late, but it's better than nothing.
Carves their legend in blood.
Please stay tuned for more Chapter 3 details, and see you on our...
Okay, that's like a short resume of what we have. New emotes, meh, Smuggler's Watch. Yes, sure. The more swatches, the better. I'm really disappointed in the swatch we have. It's like, it's all bland. I can show you, but that's very bland.
Arrakis.
Well, let me get back here. So 5 mission maps. So that's on the world map, new mission. Scalable testing station is probably more fun than the deep desert. What is gonna happen with the one in the deep desert? I was also really disappointed in the deep desert, seeing that they're just use, at least in the A road, the same testing station that you can find in the Agabasin. That was really disappointing to me. Also, same for the crash ships. Like there is, like it's not okay for me. Even in the Agabasin, you have some, like the outpost, the enemy outposts that are just like copy pasted the same. There should not be twice the same outpost, twice the same tasting station. I think it's like cutting corners for me. So that's okay, I think, so far. Augment for T6 gear. Yeah, we saw that. Faction ranks, your new faction rewards with faction ranks. That's gonna be cool. Character specialization. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna give us something to do. It seems to be quite long progression. So if that can keep us busy unlocking everything towards the week while we progress with the Lance Rad, if it take me like a couple of months just playing like reasonably and unlocking all of those specialization until my character is like fully stacked, that's really interesting. But that's gonna be hard, because if you see all the scale up, then the deep desert is gonna become really trivial if you'll get like, you see all those percentage increase in damage and stuff. So how is it gonna work?
See you on Arrakis.
All right. Where are we now?
Thing.
Okay, it started, so I think we can immediately jump. And let's see what the lovely Natasha has to tell us about what's gonna happen next. Okay.
Hello everybody and welcome to another Dune Awakening live stream. It's our 6th, if I'm not mistaken, and it has been a while. I am Natasha Rösli, Senior PR Manager here at Funcom, and I have the pleasure to be your host for tonight. So, we have a lot to go through. As I mentioned, it has been a while since our last live stream. But what's actually coming up, you see here on the side. We are going to talk about...
Yeah, whole season 3 then.
Revamp. Very exciting part of our stream today. We're also going to talk about dungeons and augments.
Okay, the dungeon is really what was missing in my opinion. Like, we really need new dungeons. Like, that's the thing that was missing. Also, another thing that was really pain in my ass, I should say, is the quest. Like, when you see what's happening, like, if you compare it to classic MMORPG, organically, when you quest, you go from one zone to another. That's like since World of Warcraft, like more than 20 years ago. That's how it's been going on, and that works really well. They set it up that was like, you don't have to look into obscure places to find quests and that are not trivial and that you miss. And here in this game, at the beginning, they hold you hands for the first like couple of hours, and then you left on your own, which I think is a little bit of a mistake. And some quests were really disappointing. That I don't remember the name of one of the characters. Was like Red something. That's like a boss in a dungeon that you have to go to kill, and you have one like regular Hagabasin quest that asks you to kill him through a series of quests, and then you also have like a class quest that asks you to kill him. But if you don't do it at the same time, you go kill the same character twice, which is, let's be honest, that's a bit of a shame, and that it happened like that. And there was many quests like that. I have to complain. Also, all the if you read the contract that you get into like the hub areas, you have like kind of a recurring character that several ones that you follow through them, and then if you don't read, you don't know what's happening. Some of them are quite funny. Some of them are interesting, but it's missing something. It's missing a face, and I think there's been a mistake with the quest. That was one of the main aspects leveling up that I think was really weak, and the absence of instance dungeons also. So I hope they are instance. They're going to talk about that, so that's going to be interesting.
We're going to talk about the expansion or the extension of the main storyline, quality of life changes.
Quality of life changes so far have been good. Some have been like missing a lot. I think it's really really late. Like the base, the fact that you can remove your base. That's something I was thinking about doing a video a couple of months ago, and I saw they were like announcing it, so I'm like, okay, but that should have been here when the game was released, knowing that a lot of the player base disappeared and are not gonna come back because they wasted 100 of hours and now the base is gone because they did not refill their how do you call that, their base, their energies on their base, and now the base is gone and they didn't pay their taxes or whatever. That's really a shame. That should have been implemented from the start. But hey, maybe they're gonna make a comeback. I really hope so, because I spent a lot of hours on these games till today, still from the beta all the way now, still playing a lot. So I hope it's gonna revive a little bit the game.
We're gonna talk about Raiders of the Broken Lands.
So that's the DLC.
The optional paid DLC. That's coming out together with Chapter 3. And we also do a big Q&A in the end. We do something a little bit different now for today's stream, because it's such a long stream and because we have quite big segments.
I'm going to be here for a while then.
Segments, we do a Q&A after each segment additionally as well. So if you have any questions, we will be collecting them from chat and answer them for the specific segment. So keep in mind to have questions that are specifically for that segment and for that topic that we talked about. But then towards the end, we'll have a last Q&A to kind of collect some of the questions that we have.
Come on, Natasha, I'm going to be so hyped after this. Sell it to me. Sell me Season 3.
At the very end of the stream. So don't start spamming chat too early, or I'm coming back to your house. All right. But as I mentioned, it has been a while since we have done our last stream for Chapter 2. That's because we have been very busy behind the scenes. So let's take a quick look.
Yeah, I felt it. It felt like they were not listening to you for a lot of people, and they were not implementing things, and you will be like, it takes so much time. But yeah, that's dev cycle. It takes a lot of time. And I think they took a lot of feedback early, and they've been cooking for a while, like locked up in their kitchen. And now we're going to see the fruit of this. It's too late, as I said multiple times, but I think it's better than nothing. So let's go.
At all the updates that we've done to the game since then. You see here on the screen, there have been quite a lot of new things that have been added to the game for quality of life changes, additional content as well. With the last update as
So what I was showing you in my base earlier is the gift from the Sand free pack. That's what they call a free DLC. Meh, but that's pretty cool, let's be honest. That was probably better than some of the paid DLC, to be honest. I mean, the quality, just like the holographic tree, the big table, they're really awesome. The cargo container also was part of that last update, the base reconstruction tool. I don't know if they nailed it. I'm not gonna try yet. I have just one big base, and then it's the other one that's in the deep desert that I remove every week. But if I can just put it in my reconstruction tool and then put it back immediately in the deep desert, then damn, like I don't even need this cargo container pretty much, only to remove stuff at the end of the week maybe. But hey, let's see.
Recently, as 2 days ago, actually on Tuesday, that brought a few new really cool things as well. For one, we have the base reconstruction tool now in the game that gives you the opportunity to back up your base and then easily place it out again. So if you kind of surprise, a little thank you from us here at Funcom in the free pack, the Gift of the Sands free pack, which adds some really cool placeables for you to play around.
Yeah, that is the table I showed you before. It's awesome. It really looks good.
Little miniatures that you can actually place. So something from us as a thank you.
Yeah, look at this tree, man. It's so pretty. And it's also a light source. That's pretty awesome. It's gonna make my server lag a lot when everyone's gonna come next to my base, but damn, because I put a lot of those, I can tell you.
Thank you. And a little tree here, almost festive for the holiday season. So yeah, if you haven't updated your clients, do that, and you will automatically have all these
That's the new skins.
available to you in-game.
Pretty cool.
Right, then another thing that actually went out 2 days ago was regarding a community request that we had, because some people might not have Twitch accounts. So it's actually now possible to buy older Twitch drops from in-game vendors at Harco Village and Arakeen. So we did that as well. So obviously newer Twitch drops, new Twitch drops are actually live right now as well.
That's the latest set from the Observer. I mean, that's the latest part from the Observer set, which will be complete then, because we will have doors, roof, and rails. That's the part that we're missing. I really like this set, so like I encourage you to buy it and go on Twitch and watch streamer for a couple of hours and unlock the latest parts if you don't want to wait.
All the Twitch drops are on those vendors, and as we get more and more Twitch drops, these will get added to those vendors as well. So right now the Twitch drops are actually completing the Observer building set for you. Also very exciting. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's get into the new and exciting stuff. So chapter 3 is around the corner.
Yeah, I hope they will tell me some stuff that was not just in the trailer. I want to learn more about that.
Exciting update to Dune Awakening to date. I think I speak for everyone here when I say we're very excited for you to experience and see this new content. Check it out.
Natasha's very formal today. Look at this jacket. Like business
update. This chapter has also been built with your feedback in mind. So we have been looking at feedback. We have been following discussions. And one thing was very clear, that you were really looking for more diverse and more interesting ways to specialize and progress your character after tier 6, like end game, late game. And also that you were looking for more content to do, of course, once you're in T6. So this update is specifically addressing and putting system into place that lay a foundation for us to exactly do that for you.
Yeah, there were, for a while, they were talking about revamping the lens thread system. Like, I think just still during the summer period, I think they were doing that. They were saying that, we're going to improve the lens thread. There's still no news about that extra faction. But yeah, they've been working on it for a while.
So, I am done yapping now, so let's take a look at the announcement trailer for Chapter 3.
All right, let's go, girl. Oh, that's the one we watch. Okay, we can skip through that.
Reborn. Using in launches with a
like dual wielding.
This includes a
short blades. That might really be cool, but the rapier also might be interesting.
Please stay tuned for honor.
All right, let's go.
So as you probably saw, there's a lot of things in that trailer, and there's a lot of things to go through.
So, is it Ole in the middle? Andreas, the sock guy, is never wearing shoes in the Dave updates. All right, we get a new sock, so that's Christmas socks. Pretty good. The guy on the right, Philia. I think I've seen him a couple of times, but
we are going into the first.
Not as iconic as the guy was not wearing shoes during the Dave stream.
First segment, which talks about our revamped endgame, and I have two very exciting guests with me to talk about that. Let's do a round of introduction.
Yes. Hello, my name is Ole Andreas. I'm production director on Dune Awakening.
Hi, I'm Viljar Sommerbach. I'm the game director on Dune Awakening.
And he's our VIP today. That's the reason he has like his own proper microphone. Oh, actually, all right.
My microphone doesn't work, so I'll have to use this. Hello, my name is Ole Andreas, and I'm the production director on Dune Awakening.
All right.
Very shiny forehead. I'm just gonna say.
Just like game development, we'll deal with things that get thrown at us.
I make it see myself in that.
So we just, was that okay? All good?
I really can't check right now, so.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So chat, let us know if you could hear both of them.
It was just a bit low, that's all.
Okay, all good, perfect. All right. So, endgame revamp. As I mentioned, like chapter 3 is really done with player feedback in mind, which also means we did actually revamp a lot of systems and mechanics that go into, or we actually added system and mechanics that go into progression and kind of customization for your character as well, for different playstyles and such. And while these systems are all new, one thing that is still there is the Landsraad, but it has changed a little bit. It's still there to deliver content to our players, but tell us more, Ole Andreas.
Yeah, sure. All right, so when we launched the game, our intention was always for the Landsraad to be an activity driver. That's always been the design intention behind it.
And at the moment, it's just like hoarding, and then just dropping everything once it's available. Like, I see on a lot of servers now, what they do is only they take the control point in the deep desert and they don't even bother like delivering like the resources that are asked by the Landsraad. So I mean, you otherwise you just go at the quartermaster and you just like boom, drop everything that you had in stock, like a pile of them. That's what I've been doing as well. And then once you unlocked all your swatches, that are, by the way, very underwhelming, because the color palette is, all those houses have wonderful colors. Like, you can have vibrant colors, but no, everything is dull. Everything is like brown, grayish, like mustard yellow at best, like burgundy. And then like we can have some really cool colors, but no, like come on guys, put the sliders a bit more towards like having some good saturation, make me stand out, give me some colors, because that's a bit underwhelming. Let's hope that what they will change. But once you have logged that, like swatch, then you just pretty much go and drop everything you need to go to like the 10.5k points, and then you get your bonuses, your few schematics that you already have, like hundreds of them, and then you're good to go. So, or you do like most servers do, you just take care of the control point and then you just chill for the rest of the week.
So basically what we've done with Chapter 3 is we've built on top of that. So we've taken the Landsraad and we've created a bunch of new activities for the players to do.
I think we should actually have an example of that too.
Yeah, show me more than what was in the trailer, please.
Yeah, maybe.
Come on
screen. But yeah, so basically what you're going to do, as soon as you
in-game?
reach faction rank 5 on either of the factions, with the Landsraad now, you will have a new menu. Oh, look at that. Some nice little emote.
So this new Atreides armor skin looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That looks pretty cool. I hope it doesn't look like a heavy armor, but that looks pretty cool.
Who's taking a nice bow? Love it. There we go.
Yeah, so here you see the Landsraad menu. It's pretty much
the same. I wish, like, if you look at here exactly, that's what I mean. That's this is where you unlock the swatch. You do it once, and then usually people stop here. And what I really dislike is that there's not much variety. So it's like they have a selection that they rotate of schematics. And once you got them all, then you just start to pile them up, and sometimes you see like, okay, I have already some Azra Liturgion MK6. I have like 15 of them, and I'm not even using them. So I'm like, okay, this week I'm not even doing this house. And then you just collect usually the weapons or the armor pieces, and pretty much all. At least for me and my friends that are playing.
Exactly how you remembered it. So you still have the Landsraad with the two factions fighting over the dominance of the board.
But now you see that you don't have like a clear, just like, give me, I don't know, some like cheap manifests. So we're going to see the other activity that are linked to it. That's going to be
hopefully
interesting.
winning a Sisselrad or just winning the Landsraad to, in the end, secure votes to vote for your decree.
Damn, that middle one when it's just like, give me some spice melange. Damn, I've never done this one. Like, I'm keeping my melange for myself.
And you still have your personal rewards and everything. But there is a change to it. So now Camille basically just clicked one of those tiles.
Okay, so you click a tile and then you can have different type of missions. Okay.
To want to do a mission. And now you're basically selecting a mission to support that house. So house Moritani, which is selected here. So as Camille just did,
So let's see, you see which houses are available on the Landsraad, it looks like, and the one that are not. So those are like grayed out. So if we look back, I think we'll see that those ones are available. And it's... So you can take up to 3 quests at a time, I assume. Because you see house is here. House is here. So a lesson in botany, it's not shown here. Springing a trap is shown here. So you can... Looks like you can take 3 at a time.
Want to go and show more about that mission, and basically now you're in the brand new menu, the Landsrad mission menu, and I think it's a ton of new stuff in there.
Okay, let's look what we have here. So now it's like testing station 136. That's in the DD, I think. I think it's one in the DD or 138. I'm not sure. So that's in flight remedy source. The Firefly, no, so that's on the Agabasin, I think. Kill their leader. Okay, simple. Go into a tasting station, kill the leader.
I guess we can go a bit deeper into it. So the menu that we're seeing on the left side now.
So what I'm wondering is, what is Crip? House Crip that you see here. What is that? Combat XP, we saw that was like the new kind of progression system you have in the end game. And so you get some faction standing, of course. So I hope it looks like it's gonna go quite fast. I don't know if they planned for that because the faction standing. But that's gonna be a nice way to keep on progressing the faction. So you got the Landsrad contribution here, Solari XP, okay. But what is House Crip?
Rolling through, and he's highlighting there is 5 basically different categories of missions. You have the one called Subtlety, which might be renamed to Sabotage. And then you have Gathering, Crafting, Combat, and Exploration. And then we'll come back to those.
My question is, are the houses randomized each week? Or Combat is always like Mikarol and blah, 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 all the same one every time? That's what I guess it's randomized, I assume.
But those different categories represents different specialization progression paths that you as a character, or you as a player and as a character, can progress through. So you'll be able to specialize and evolve your character into either of those.
Okay, the life cycle of cacti. I'm just looking at them because that's interesting to see what they plan. Okay, so it's not just collecting, find people, recover the sample they collected, travel to Odam region, Agabasin, find the missing agent. Okay, so that's little Agabasin. So that's gonna bring some life in the Agabasin, which I think is really important because right now it's a bit dull, to say the least. So now wondering how easy will they be? Those Landsrad mission, what will be how strong will be the mobs? Because if they're gonna be Agabasin level, it's like one shot now with our current stuff. If you full T6, I mean T6 plus, I should say, if you have like all unique stuff, then it's just gonna be, if you go into the Odam and it's the enemies that you classically find in the Odam, then it's gonna be like pop-pom, and then you just gather and you leave, and that's gonna be too trivial, I think.
I was just looking at Ignacy on the side here. So you can see Camille here has 2 missions accepted already. There's room for 3.
Poisonous fog emanating from testing station 195. I'm not sure about that. This could change the war of a central to testing one of any gather their research and a sample of the poison. Okay.
That you can have accepted at one time. And we
required sand bike or trade. Okay, so missions that you have to do on the sand bike, that's gonna be interesting because the sand bike is not used enough. Only early game, and then a lot of people did what they did is like rush the ornithopter and then it stopped there. So that's gonna be interesting to have missions that require you to use the sand bike. It's gonna be pretty.
And you
fun.
can also see there the different rewards and the description for that mission. So yeah, the team's been hard at work building out cool missions for you guys to
receive the sealed recorded schematic, craft the sealed recorded schematic for personal crafting menu, obtain the sealed recorder. Okay, that's part 1. Okay.
To go and explore. And these missions will take you to new locations, as well as some of them taking you to Haga Basin or existing locations.
Okay, so you can target out of those 5 houses one of the specific one. Okay, so that's interesting. But are those quests limited? So can you do only, like, you looked like, for example, for gathering, you have 3. Do you repeat those 3 all over the week? Or can you just do them one time and contribute to one of the faction? Why is it gonna work on bigger versus smaller server? I hope they will answer those questions.
But yeah, now we're seeing Camille basically accepting that mission, and then once you accept it, you have to also select which house you want to represent while doing it. And this will then go back to the voting power and basically winning the Landsraad when you finish the missions. So yeah, and then I guess we can go a little bit further into the rewards. So
if they don't change the reward from the Landsraad, that's gonna be boring very quickly. You're gonna do this just to get your bonus reward, pretty much. So you want your XP, so you're like, okay, I want to develop my combat tree, and then you're gonna just do all the combat one that you need. And your faction standing gonna increase when it's maxed out, and then your combat, your specialization like crafting, combat gathering, they're all maxed out. Then is there gonna be an incentive to do it? If the reward of the Landsraad are the same as they are now, that's gonna be very boring after a while. It's can keep you busy for a few months. That might be good enough.
as you see there on the left side, there is a reward section. This is rewards that you will get just by completing the missions. So you can see here 6,000 Solari, 350 XP, and then 1,000 Landsraad.
So for example, what would be great is that some of those augments that you get into the dungeons, that you should be also able to get some in the Landsraad. I guess that would be the great thing that would give you a good objective, because right now if it's just schematic that we had a ton of already, it's not gonna be motivating after you finish upgrading all your new skills.
Contribution points. Those we will come back to as well at a later point. And then you have something unique on the right-hand side here, which is what we currently call bonus rewards, which are limited by a currency, I guess, a credit that you can see at the bottom there, which is 5 mnemonic recollection points. And you have 5 of these to start with, and then you get 5 every day, up to a max cap of 35. And then for those,
what are they used for?
Some nice bonus rewards. And then I can basically go into the top one, which is combat XP, and that will flow back into the specialization.
Tell me about the house script. I want to know what it is. I understand what the combat XP is.
Which is a currency you can use to buy off-world components for, which will then you can use to buy. We'll go back to house script, which is a currency you can use to buy off-world components for, which will then basically tie into the crafting later. And then you will gain faction standing, which now is important because we've increased the faction rank from 5 to 20.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll talk a bit more about that as well.
I'll just mention one thing. It's that you can do 5 of these per day, and Ola said 35, but that's 35 per week, basically, that you can do. So, yeah.
Also, you see
5 per day. Does it mean that you have to play every day, or can you do 35 per week? But can you do them all on the weekend, for example? That's also a big question that I have. 5 per day, that's gonna be... I mean, that's good for people who play a lot, but that's gonna limit the progression of people who play only for during the weekend, for example, that have, like, I don't know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that they can play. Yeah,
see that it says combat XP there because we actually did choose a combat mission, and you get XP.
Like, I don't want the game to become something like... Because if you can do only 5 of those per day and 35 max per week, and not like 35 per week, then it becomes like this retention trap that a lot of MMO have, that they want to just you to do like your daily quest. That's pretty much what it is. Daily quest. Come every day, do a couple of quests, and then we can keep our player engagement high. It's just for the metrics then. And that's not what I want to have. I want to see that you have like your 35 per weeks, And you can do them all on Tuesday if you want, or you can do them over the weekend, over the week. I hope that they're gonna change this if that's not the case, but otherwise you just progress slower, I guess. That's also okay.
Experience according to the different section that you're choose, like crafting. Or, yeah, now it says crafting and sabotage experience, of course. So going into that whole thing of, so you can actually choose something that you like doing, like your play style, right? So you're not forced to do combat. If you don't like combat, you're not forced to
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen. People are gonna do everything one by one, and maybe they're one they don't like, but they're still gonna do it because they want to max out their character.
do crafting if you're really not a crafter, and so on. So more specialized in that sense.
Yep. And I think you mentioned it earlier. For us, this is a foundation that we've
Yes.
laid now, and we want to build on top of. So we want to hear and see what the players enjoy playing, and then we can see how we can expand upon that with further missions and further locations to do that. I do want to mention something. So you see, this is a separate menu, a separate tab. Of course, you can come at this from either angle if you wanted to. So if you wanted to go there from the Landsraad menu and select which house you want to represent, because now you want to continue fighting for a Sisselrad that your faction is about to capture, then obviously you can go there and specifically choose that tile. Or you might be more in the mood for a certain type of activity, and then you wanna maybe go here and select from the type of activity you wanna do.
There is a chair button here, so looks like you can just take the quest and share it with your teammates. That's also pretty cool if that works like that.
All right, I think, should we just jump into a mission? Should we follow Camille and see what the mission can look like?
Okay, that's a new skin.
Comment on
Yeah,
what
so
we're seeing right
so
now.
Ola mentioned that we have missions that go to
What are those on the side? Is there like
Hago Basin, but we also have new
boosters? I
maps
don't
on
use
the
booster
overland
that much
map
on the
that
scout
we can
on
go
top
to.
there, so I can't really tell.
They're both outside maps, and we also have dungeons that you can go to
I
there.
don't remember seeing this
Feels
skin.
just-
It's kind of.
Do you want to comment on the ornithopter? Yeah.
Look! We have swatches applied. It looks like on some of the turbines, right? They're not that color normally. They've been cooking.
I just wanted to comment because it's really cool. Some people might have already noticed it in chat. The nice little ornithopter that Camille is flying here is one of it's the new ornithopter skin. You can go and have a look at it from the outside. Looks
Yeah,
really
right.
good,
That's
really
what I
dope.
thought. I'm like,
It's the smuggler one, and you'll be able to buy it from a vendor in
Ooh, nice door.
the world.
So
And
it's
then
not
Double
part
door.
of the paid DLC. This is actually part
That's
of
new?
the free content.
free part, yes.
Yes.
That's new. The mega doors, right? Wait.
And you can also see Camille's base here, built using the awesome Observer building set. Looks really
Including
nice.
the bigger doors.
Yes.
The really big
Oh,
doors.
Wow, it's the
where
garage
you can
doors.
actually fit your buggy through.
Also a part of chapter 3. We have garage doors.
Yes.
Finally, that's pretty good because then otherwise you just put like the the shield one. Yeah, finally. Okay, that's good.
You
I hope
finally
we'll
go
have those
in
doors
as
for
a 2x2.
more sets.
You can finally go and drive your
Okay, I like the buggy.
vehicles through a garage door. And
Damn,
they'll be
that buggy
coming
looks
in
good.
the different factions variants as well.
There we go. All right.
And, you can also see the buggy variant of
Yeah,
the
this one looks like it has a booster.
Camille was lightly hinting at it, but yeah, it's really really cool.
Okay. Now we're going back into the ornithopter, and we are going to join a lot of those missions to see what that looks like.
So yeah, as Camille is flying out to go and get that mission, we'll see some exciting new changes on the overland as well.
All right, I'm looking forward to it.
I don't know if
So
you.
those here I think are boosters because you see that there is a booster icon here. So those look like the boosters of the smuggler ornithopter skin.
to see it as well, but there's some nice little new streaks on the.
and
wings of the
stupid there's
ornithopters
yeah.
when they
Use
glide.
those boosters, girl. I want to see them.
The air.
Yeah, I think
the
it adds-
condensed. I don't know what is it officially called. Maybe someone in chat knows what they're officially called. I think there's an official name for them, but I don't know what.
adds a bit of flair. I like it.
Absolutely. Very nice.
All right. To the Overland map again. I guess we can comment a little bit about that as well.
Oh, it
You wanna
changed a
comment on
lot.
it?
I just wanted to mention that Camille had a mission selected when it went
Looks like they removed the water and fuel system on the overland map, which is good.
in here, and it actually auto-selected the map marker for it, so that the map direction, so he can actually follow it without wandering across the entire map. So it's a small quality of life thing that I
That's
think is
been in place already, I think.
And I think a few of the cool changes you'll see to the Overland map. It looks very different. It has a bit more of a visual flair to it. It's also a big change that we did was that we removed the water and the fuel loop.
See?
You don't have those survival elements on the Overland map anymore. It does feel like a cleaner experience right now. And
Thank
a ton
you.
of new experience. Or sorry.
All right, let's look at this. But I to be honest, I kind of liked the previous darker theme of the overworld map, and no problem with that. It's fine like that also. So let's see what we have here.
Ton of new locations have been added to the Overland map. So now you even have categories in terms of which locations you can go to. So you can see here the different
the
story
quests
missions,
one.
and then you'll see the different locations that we are adding in Chapter 3 as part of the Lance Road missions. And then
Never-dated shipwreck crashed inside the shield wall. Okay, that looks cool. A large, well-defended bandit stronghold. Okay.
lastly, you have a
And
tab
testing
for the,
station. Yes, 1, 2,
5
3, 4,
new-
5.
testing
That's the one they were
stations, in
talking
which
about.
I think
Good.
we'll have a deeper look at one of them later.
Yes. And then one of the next segments. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5.
So 5 new testing station plus 4 new locations.
New
All right,
testing stations.
sounds good.
But yeah, it's really cool to see everything come together. The team has been doing an amazing job.
Absolutely. Shout out to everyone working on Dune Awakening. Absolutely amazing work.
Maybe you want to comment a
Throughout
little bit
all
on
the
the mission.
teams.
Which mission was this? So just mention, like, if you saw the ornithopter there behind us, that's actually the exit point. I just wanted to mention that because you can leave the map directly like that if you wanted to. But let's see, what is the mission about? I can't even read what's on the screen there.
It says
Locate and activate the first
Ixian
Ixian triangulator.
So
Yeah.
you're finding 3 different triangulators here.
Yeah, so you just go to these different points, and then you get your triangulation underway.
I love this effect, by the way. I don't know why, but I think it's so cool. It just, it has like this, I don't know, it just feels so engaging to me. Not sure.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Love this effect.
And it's worth mentioning that I think maybe now we just have 1 mission to this area, but you can actually pick 3 missions, so you can do them at the same time to maximize your output, basically.
Yeah, I don't really care about that. But yeah, cool.
I see that Camille has not mastered hydration loop. Oh, sticking to the shadows.
Oh.
So the map that you see here, it's a new map. It has multiple missions that's going on inside of the map. So as Vila said, you can pick up multiple ones if you want to. Also, they're all you can go in there as a group, a party of 4 if you want to, and the missions are now also shareable. So you can actually share them with your friends. If one of your friends have a mission and the other friend doesn't have one, you can just
Yeah,
share.
show me the rapier.
So now
the rapier.
Camille has triangulated and found the location of the cave, or he needs to find the location of the cave where the signal originates. So he's basically now just clearing some enemies masterfully with his
Indeed.
sword.
I think one thing to mention is also that it was important to us to add content that is both
that's not a
playable
rapier.
solo and in group.
Yes,
Or is
so
it?
all the missions are playable solo if you want to,
Ooh.
and we're getting more into the dungeons later, I guess. But
Yeah.
yes, it's important for us that you can play it either alone or.
By the way, I don't know if you remember or if you haven't played for a while, but there was that very controversial changes they made to melee characters and they reversed it. They were like dashing, using all their stamina to dash, and they were also using it when you were using CC based on your skill. So like you see, for example, you were using the Shigari Claw, like the grappling hook, to stun a guy, and then you were going to do a slow attack on the melee character, and he was immediately dashing out of it. You only have like pretty much 3 spells, if you look at it. And so the fact that they could negate the effect of your Shigari Claw just by dashing out immediately, that was very, very annoying. I had a very bad week because I'm mainly a melee character. So they reversed it. So now it looks like it's very unlikely that we'll dash out if you use a special ability to do a slow blade attack afterwards. Like, for example, the knee charge or the Shigari Claws. And that has been a rough week for them as well, I think. And they made the changes like low-key, and then they didn't really address it as well. Like the fact that they also made the changes without addressing it. I had a discussion on Twitter with the official account about like, hey, I kind of noticed that everyone is dashing out of my attack suddenly, like, and it's not in the patch notes. So like, oh yeah, no, we fixed the bug. They didn't fix the bug. They made some changes intentionally. I mean, if you didn't notice that your enemies were not dashing out and not using their stamina to dash out for pretty much almost 6 months, then there is a huge problem after release. And by the way, no, that was intentional, the changes they made. But they reversed it partially. If you just go with a slow blade attack without using one of your skills first, they will most likely dash out, which is great, I think. It's more balanced. It's okay. It's more. Otherwise, it was very unplayable. And when you were in a testing station in the deep desert, that was really awful.
In the party. Yeah, there's some enemy activity down here needing to clear. And you've located the Blushing Cavern, which is probably one of my favorite location names in our game.
I was thinking the same earlier.
It had an internal name before, which was definitely not as cool as this.
Can you mention it? You shouldn't.
No, it
like
was a very boring
okay.
internal development
All right,
name.
I
So
see.
I'm glad we got a narrative pass on it.
The writing team
Yeah.
prettified it.
Keeping it. All right. Camille clearing out. Not using his spice addiction. I guess he's saving it for an important time. Right. Now there's apparently a wave of enemies coming, so we're defending the beacon against the enemy reinforcements.
Okay, that was the kind of example I was talking about. That
how it is.
if you parry and
Got
then
some
you
friends,
use
maybe.
your the most
Maybe
likely
he
dash
can
now, but
Maybe he can do it
He
himself.
got this. He
Before
got
they were
this.
not.
He's a pro.
He is
I
a pro.
believe.
Hopefully he picks up the bodies to bring them back to the death still afterwards.
Oh, good point.
Can't let water
Don't
go
let,
to waste.
Yeah, don't let anything waste. Very true.
you know he's
So
not gonna
dash
do
from
that.
the NPC.
You can't do that on those locations.
Ah, he's got skills.
Easy. All right, so that phase is done now. Now he has to get out of the cave.
Yep. So now he's got to get
Yeah,
out.
So then he was not needed.
Obviously,
to
if he
kill the
wanted to, there's a ton of loot there, resources for him to get. There's some secrets here and there as well.
How do you get the resources if it's on the overworld map? How do you gonna get then those resources back? Because you're on foot and you can you can only take what you can hold in your inventory, it look like. So, I mean, I'm not sure you're gonna carry all those back with you, right? Like only gonna keep the main resources
That our
I mean,
team
the
has
schematics and
put in.
stuff
So
that you eventually find.
he kind of just went straight through the main loop of the mission now to show you it in a quick way. But yeah, there's stuff to explore.
For sake of efficiency, we just ignored everything else for now in that cave.
And yeah, now he's going back to the Ornithopter to claim his rewards. Oh, he's just gonna leave a grenade for that guy first.
Nice, leave him alone. Little goodbye present.
It was almost fast enough to turn the camera
Sometimes you
away
should
for us
not
to
try stuff where
notice.
you're playing live.
All right, need charge all the way.
Yeah, need
That's how I do
charge.
it too.
And Shigari clothes are the
Still.
best.
Have some good
Mobility wise and
need charge and
CC wise, they're
Yes,
pretty good.
Biometrics telemetry is one of the most used abilities when we do traversal, so non-combat abilities for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, now he reached back to the exit, so he can view the mission report from here.
Okay, so you get this house crypt, this mnemonic recollection. So that was clearly a trap. Yeah, no shit. You proved your
Get all of the info about his rewards, and then he can claim it basically directly from
48 level in combat. It seems to be a lot of levels. That's pretty good. It's gonna keep us busy for some time.
here. Maybe you want to talk a little bit about this, Viljar.
About the rewards.
Yeah.
So basically, we just finished a mission here, and these missions, they go into kind of powering your character. You help with the Landstrat, so you help your faction win, but it also goes into powering your character. So basically, you get specialization XP, you get house credits, and faction reputation. And some things are gated behind faction reputation, so it's a good thing to keep grinding away at this.
But are those? Can you get all the specialization to max level or only one? That's also a question. I'm wondering, is there like a maximum level you can get? Probably not, because otherwise you would need to be able to respec it if you make a wrong choice. So I guess all those specialization can be put to max. I mean, I hope.
At these missions. Yeah, so the specialization XP, it unlocks traits so that you can eventually apply augmentations to items. House credits, you use those to purchase cosmetics, crafting components, and like I said, you repeat Landstrat missions to keep growing your character's power.
So those are all like the crafting, gathering, exploration, combat, like in the last one. So it looks like you can get them all up, and there are a lot of levels. We see 64 there for the combat, so that's gonna be keeping us busy for quite a while. That's pretty good.
Here we see the new specializations. There are quite a lot of them. They go into the 5 tracks that Ole already mentioned. Worth noting though is that if you want to go into the augmentation loop, which adds different types of powers and abilities and stuff to your weapons, you want to do at least a few of the crafting ones. So because that unlocks your ability to start crafting these augments. Yeah,
we'll talk more about.
So the augments is the new stuff that you can unlock that allow you to pretty much it's like runes in the World of Warcraft. If you remember that, you can augment your current weapons. So like for the tier 6 unique weapons, so you will be able to put like some specific augments on them. So that's why the crafting is going to be useful, as he mentioned.
Augments later, but
and there you see, okay, so that's just one of the traits that you unlock, and then you see the whole here bonuses that you've gathered.
I think
Pretty cool.
a bit more about specialization maybe.
Yeah, no, I think Viljar covered it pretty nicely. There's hundreds of different upgrades here, so you can go pretty deep, I would say. And each of these major traits that they're called, which is hovering over now, they cost you spice to buy. So you'll need spice to buy them, and then you have some nice free ones in between as well that are just specialization specialization bonuses, basically. You can see a nice one there. There's been quite a few players have asked for a way to increase their inventory slots. So the first one that we hovered on was a way for you to add a new row, like one row for your inventory, which is pretty exciting.
That's huge.
You have a ton of them that are doing different things. Vehicle speed bonus, You have heat mitigation on vehicle.
Yeah, show me the end. I want to see the max level.
There's more inventory slots increasing. Yeah, there's just a ton of them. Extra skill points.
Okay, so you see those little things in between here. So that seems to be one level. So that's our current the following bonus per level achievement in species bonus are dependent on your overall level in this specialization. They are separate from trait purchases. Plus 1% damage mitigation. So that's where you see here the total. That's gonna make you like do some crazy DPS, man. I don't know what's gonna. I mean, you're gonna have those testing stations on the overworld map, but
and then the
still.
augment system that we're gonna get into later is gonna. Yeah, there's a few ones regarding that as well. So yeah, the progression team has really been hard at work building out and fleshing out all of this. It's really cool for anyone who likes to go deep on their character and their progression. This is definitely you're gonna be your favorite menu from now on. I just
pretty
want to
sure
mention
it
that
will
this
be.
goes in addition to the skills menu that we were on in previously. So that's not going away. You can still progress your character via the normal skills menu in addition to the new specialization menu.
And I think it also needs to be said that obviously you can try to max all of those, but I think we talked about this. It might actually take like a year if you really want it, because it takes a while to really. So which
That's
I'm
perfect.
personally very excited about,
That's
because I
perfect.
like
That gives me a
special.
reason
You know,
to
I like
play
to.
like all the time. Then I know I can like slowly progress my character towards the max level. That's like fully maxing out all those specialization. I know if I can make little progress over time, that's gonna motivate me to play more, and that's what I think they do here is for retention.
To kind of like, oh, I am one of those people who can really do this particular thing because I maxed out that specific line or tree in this case, right? So that is definitely an option now.
Which one are you gonna do first? I like knowing myself, I will go for crafting and maybe a little bit of gathering, not sure, and combat. Like crafting and combat first, of course. Yeah.
You can become, especially later when we talk about augments, so you can be very specialized in that particularly.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this this change personally. I can't wait to go out and do missions, and they're repeatable. You can go back and do them, and then we'll keep adding missions and locations as we see when we see what people want, basically.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about what happens at level 19 on the faction ranking?
We can,
Yeah, absolutely.
So basically, when you get to level 19, depending on the faction that you're with, you'll get a new special mission to kind
There are 20 faction level now, so he's talking about level 19.
of take you over to faction ranking 20. It's quite relatively involved mission with a lot of cool things and stories. So you get to delve deeper into factions and faction and meet some important people from Dune-Dor, basically.
Exciting. Definitely for the people who know the lore well. It's like meeting more people from the books and such is always.
Yeah, I want to have a mission with Gurney. I want to do some crazy stuff with some of the characters from the lore.
Exciting.
Sure do.
Alrighty. I think we do have, that was it for this segment. So we go over to the Q&A now. So we'll see if we have, oh, actually, no, yes, I almost forgot. We actually do have an example of the different missions, what they can look like as well. Maybe one of you wants to
So that's
comment on
basically the
that, Mr.
smuggler's run, where you have a race-like thing.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. Yes!
I don't remember exactly what we called it, but in that neighborhood, basically. So you have a certain amount of time to clear it.
And then there's a personal best as well. You can beat your personal best.
Yes, you can of course beat your personal best. If you
That's gonna give me a reason to craft the MK6 like wheeler or the sandbike for sure. Good.
Yeah.
This is the Broodworks.
The Broodworks.
Yeah, the Broodworks is a fortress that you need to basically, what's it called? Not intrude, but
Infiltrate?
like infiltrate is the word I was looking for. So you can see here it's like more like an infiltration mission type map. really
stealth,
cool.
stealth map kind of.
Yeah, but there's tons of combat in it as well. Lots of cool locations, camps, and different things for you to explore and do. I really like this map. Actually, it's really cool.
It looks great.
Got
It looks
a lot of-
huge.
Got
It's
some
cool.
verticality to it as well with the different heights of that. And then now you're looking at the Blushing Cavern again, which has this nice little cavern area as well, with some earthrite crystals in it as well.
And that's probably going to become repetitive quite fast, especially since at some point you will know the layout by heart. But if they can add some new objectives within those areas, that might be interesting. Keep us engaged, I should say.
Super exciting. Got Wreck of the Tyke, which is also another map, a radioactive shipwreck that's crash landed that you need to go and explore, find some cool stuff in it.
Also, give me a reason to craft a MK6 radioactive suit.
Figure out what happened, maybe. And there's some, you better bring your radiation suit there.
Mm-hmm. It definitely looks very green.
Radiation, not
very
radioactive. Yeah.
toxic in there, radiation-wise. I think when we just talked about shipwreck there, the overland map also has now all the location that you can actually replay too.
Yes,
Right.
yes, you can go back there and replay it. Some of them will require you to have a Lancelot mission active to be able to go there, while other locations you can go and replay as much as you want. And
Nice, they are
built
recycling
for
those
it as well.
maps, so
Alright.
that's pretty cool.
Great. So now, while we collect a few questions from chat, so I'm just going to check there
Come
we
on,
go.
Natasha, quick.
Civilization and things, but we already have questions ready, so that's perfect as well. So, I'm just gonna botch it's a little bit tricky. Alaskan Kare 911 asks on Twitch. So if you're tier 2, you can still do Landsraad as you currently do. These missions are open after level 5.
correct.
All right, there's your answer. You wanna add?
You have to be faction rank 5, right? Before you can do them, actually.
The missions,
Yeah. So you have to
okay.
you have to have engaged in the faction loop before then. And when you faction rank 5, which I think is currently the maximum, then you get actually another mission that gets you started into this Landsraad loop, basically.
All right, so there you go. Then we have another question from Bueno Flex over on YouTube. Is the progress for you only or progress for guilds too in regards to the Landsraad?
This is only for you as a character, basically. But like by doing this, you obviously help your guild and your factions as well. I will mention one thing though, that if you go down the crafting specializations, it's very smart for at least someone in the guild to have done that, because that means that you'll be able to craft all of the different things or the augments for all the different types of weapons. and
Yeah,
armor.
I think we're gonna take it.
If you just
Don't
do
worry
the
about
first
that.
step, you can craft, like I think it's for one particular weapon, but then you expand and you'll be able to craft for a lot of things later on. So having someone on your guild who can do that will help the entire guild. So in an indirect way, I guess it's for guilds as well.
I would not think anymore in terms of guild. I don't think that there are a lot of big guilds anymore. Are they on some servers? What I see mostly is people in a group of 2 to 4. I think 2 mostly playing together. I don't think big guilds are a thing anymore. On few servers, definitely yes. Or maybe it's just the few servers I know are pretty much dead, but yeah.
It's like the old part of the Landsraad that we had before is still there as well, where you actually fight for your faction, and then you have the other thing on top of that for you
exactly.
personally. All right, the real Bajcic, I think, on Twitch over asks 3 missions a week or 3 missions repeatable during the whole week?
So you can do 5 of these. You can have 3 missions at the same time, but you can do 5 of them each day, and then during a week you can do a total of 35.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's the engagement loop they want to put you in. Not a big fan of that. I would prefer to have my 35 per week. But then if you do that, then a lot of people will just do everything on Tuesday and then they're just like be done for the week. But at the same time, the people that can only play 3 times a week will be at a disadvantage there because they won't be able to progress as fast, which is okay then. But yeah, it implies that if you play in a big guild, or in a guild, I should say, then you will have to connect every day because you don't want to be left behind because you're not progressing as fast as the other characters. If you're a solo player, no problem. Or if you just play with a friend. But if you are involved in a guild, then that's gonna require you to play every day. Yeah.
Sorry. You can do as many as you want, but you can only get the bonus rewards for up to 5 a day, basically.
Based on the mnemonic coins.
Mnemonic recollection.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Dune lore.
Yeah. Thank you, Joel. All right. Subtatius over on YouTube asks, can you build bases in the new location?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, no, of course, no.
I mean, they're on the...
To settle, it's more than complete something and then leave.
And Sentinel Up over on Twitch asks, are these missions repeatable?
Yes, absolutely. That's the whole purpose of them.
Yeah. Your carrier ornithopter to this location, Blushing Cavern.
So when you enter, for example, the Blushing Cavern, what actually happens is similar to when you're going to a social hub the outside of the map.
Yeah, so it's just pretty much, yeah, you don't really have, when you enter with your ornithopter there, you just like spawn on the map and you have like an interactable ornithopter to leave, like you do when you do the main quest line. That's
in a
pretty
way.
much it.
So upbringing the location.
What are those questions? They suck!
Part of it as well.
I'll mention one thing: you should remember to bring your vehicle back with you afterwards as well, because it will probably get lost to the sands.
Yes, the poor thing. They get orphaned. All right. Sorvina Savage over on Twitch is asking, is there a limit to specializations like there is a level cap for skills?
Yeah, time, like you said.
Like you said, like a year to like get everything. Yeah.
I think like currently it goes to 100 on each of them, basically.
That's what it
So
looked like, yeah.
There's plenty of things to.
Yeah, good to
feel
know.
out.
Perfect.
Okay. Not Lucky Exe over on Twitch. Is the cost melange or sand for specializations?
It's melange, of course.
So spice sand or
melange.
spice melange is the question.
Is it melange? Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it has to be melange. What the question? No, what you should ask is like, will your character be completely overpowered if you like get combat to 100? What happens when you go into the DD? You one shot every guy in the testing station. Will it be only then making a challenge when you go into those testing station on the overworld and you put like the difficulty to the max? Like, would it mean that you will be able to solo a lot of stuff? Yeah.
I don't actually remember that.
Yeah,
but
don't look at me.
yeah.
That I actually don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Yeah,
so,
here's the
yeah.
thing. This is end game, late game content as well. So by then you're probably established and have like...
But I'm gonna be honest, I think they really cooked really well here, because that's gonna give me a reason to play for a long time, and that's what I'm looking for. You gotta hit those dopamine receptors, baby, and they're doing it right. Keep me engaged, give me some stuff to do, just a little progression every day. That's all I need to keep on playing, and I think that's gonna work out also for a lot of characters until they max out everything. And it gives them a lot of time to work further on the game, like while keeping their player base. I mean, the people like me that have been playing since the beginning and are still motivated to play almost every day.
Your spice, going, flowing, so to speak, or are...
You gotta cater to my like addiction, okay? Like I need this progression. That's my drug, and you if you give it to me, then you get me for life.
part of a guild. Sisha, you don't have to be part of a guild, just exactly. Sisha over on Twitch, will there be some new skins for clothes and equipment? That's probably not specifically to this segment, but we can, answer that as well.
Yes, in Chapter 3 there will be new skins to both vehicles and gear.
Yeah.
And there will also be some coming from the DLC, I think. But what the question you should ask is, can we have some swatches that are not boring, that are not bland, and that are not dark, and that give me some color? There's color in the lore, you can give me some color. All right, not like burgundy, brown, PC, mustard yellow, and some dark and gray. So just give me something that pops out. Make my character look flashy. I want to be dripped up in reeds, baby.
Both free and also in the DLC, of course.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, let me wait a little bit to see if we have more questions coming in. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm actually curious. What is which specialization are you going for? Which are you most excited for? Besides the augments.
For me, it's the augments.
Besides the augments.
for me, like this update is
The augments go in pair with combat. There is no point in getting augments if you also don't increase combat afterwards, right? You can put some little cool augments on your weapon, but yeah. If you look at like the guy, he was like little, I think it was like 46 and he already had like 40 extra percent damage. That's crazy. That goes well with your augments, right? If the gathering is less useful when you high level, I think the gathering is not gonna be a really interesting tree to level up, because like so far it's the gathering rate is pretty good if you're not a big. I mean that depends what the resource they ask for crafting the augments, but it seems to be decent. So it's not gonna be the main source, I guess. So a lot of people will probably go for crafting and combat and not the gathering. Like I'm doing pretty well. I have a huge stockpile of melange. Like if you look at how much it costs to level up your augments, it was like a few melange. I'm set up for life already, dude. So that's perfect in this way. But the sabotage, I'm not sure. Maybe some interesting
definitely
stuff
like
in there.
if you're a player and you like number go up, this is an update for you as well. And getting into the augment system and the augment loop and applying augments to your gear and weapons, it's really cool because you get to get more damage or stat the max cap of tier 6 basically, which is really exciting. So for me, crafting and then maybe afterwards exploration maybe. Yeah,
kind of obvious. Basically, there are some things that
Very
you're just going
handy.
to get, and also
Yeah.
like in the crafting, so that at least you can start on that loop for sure. And there's also some that allow additional augments to be added. So like there is that. But I think that what like overall what has me excited is that if you have a weapon, tier 6 weapon that you like, you can actually change the personality of the weapon depending on.
Can you remove the augments? That's a question. I hope they're gonna answer that, because like your weapon, they lose durability over time. If you can keep getting your augment, like remove them, I mean, from your weapon when your weapon has lost its durability and you need to craft a new one, or are they permanently there? And then when the weapon is just like you can't use it anymore, do you also mean that does also mean that you lose your augments?
How you augment it. So you can have something that fires maybe, continuous shots, then you can give it burst fire and you can have it be more controlled. And it's like we have weapons that have these aspects in the game, but now you can take one that you like and actually tweak it to the way that you want it to play like. So I think that's pretty cool actually.
That would have been my answer. I just generally like, single shot to auto fire or reduce recoil and all that stuff. That's for me. Like that's where I would go. But you have lots of options, and that is also what we wanted to give you, how you like the gameplay you like. So we have 2 more questions. Wait, was there water and fuel? Ultrabeard on YouTube asks. So they didn't know that it was water on the overlap map, water and fuel on the overlap map.
Well, there was a reason why we removed it.
Exactly. You didn't really have to pay attention to it. So
That's good.
And then we have the last question from Twitch. Elora Gem is asking, when you go through specialization, will it be lost if you respec your skills? And also, will the spice upgrade be lost each time as well?
No, the new system like that's
No, I mean that's
Right.
a stupid question.
All right, so remember that we will kind of catch some additional questions at the answer. As many are taking a quick little break.
Sorry, Natasha is skipping a little bit. I want to try to catch up a little bit. And
Also some combat information. Will be.
all right, 3-minute breaks. That's perfect for me. Let me time to take a little bio break. I'm gonna come back in a few minutes, and then I'm gonna speed up the timer. Let's go. Alright, I'm back on time. Alright. I'm really looking forward to see what they're gonna do with the dungeons. Because that's something I've been crying for since the beginning of the game. So let's go and see.
All right, welcome back, everyone.
Hello, Alex.
We have a new face with us. You want to introduce
Oh,
yourself?
hi. My name is
hi.
Alexander. Nice to meet you guys. I happen to be in the middle. Hi.
A new old face, yeah. For the people who haven't actually watched, I hope no one hasn't watched our streams before, but what do you do?
I am a gameplay designer at Funcom for this will be now the year 17.
Damn.
So it's been a hot second.
Yes.
It's been great fun.
We say you're by far, like by now you're like part of the inventory, like
Inventory?
furniture, your
Oof.
furniture,
Oof.
yes, furniture. All right, so this segment is about combat and our scalable new dungeons, Ecolabs.
Alright.
Exciting.
Nice. That's
Come on,
exciting.
first, we actually do have new weapons
We're going to
in
do that first.
the game. Yes.
let's do that.
We also have some cool clips we can show while you talk about that. Potentially. There you go.
There we go. Clips. Right. So, first things first. There's 3 of them. This is the first one. This is our first range addition to the game. This is along the same lines of a flame-based weapon, but instead of being a direct fire flame-based weapon, this is a parabolic. Has a bit of travel time, has a bit of skill ceiling. Players can lob these wonderful balls of fire at their foes. Ideally, you know where your baddies are. You can use Spice Prescience to expose them, either from behind cover or you've seen them go into cover. And then you proceed to lob the balls of fire near the cover, around it, to force them to go out. Fire goes through shields, applies burning dots, forcing players to act, or NPCs to act. And we can see on screen here, deploying it in relatively nice fashion.
Can I just say, I love the splash effect of that fireball.
Yeah, that
It
looks good.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Definitely.
With Joel arguing about the naming convention of this thing. I think he ran away to fight the drop bears in Australia after our conversations, but he chose a good. Like we have a funny internal name. He chose
I
a
have
great
issues.
player-facing name.
I have issues remembering it.
Yeah.
Pie Rocket.
Pie Rocket, yes.
It's a great name.
Pyro Rocket. So it's just like, but I can't remember the name, like for the life of me. Horrible.
This is the first of the 2 melee editions. Here we see our characters equipping a dual dagger weapon. Right now in the game, we have 2 classes of melee weapons that players have available to them on live, which are the dagger animation set and the sword animation set. And here is the first dual weapon, dual dagger animation set. In terms of playstyle, we want to do something different because we have a baseline already. We want it to be a little bit special, a little bit nuanced.
I don't remember seeing the skin that you have here. That looks new.
A little bit for the connoisseurs to try to explore the amount of depth we have in the system. So these 2 dual daggers really incentivize aggression, focus, and commitment. They are not a great, compared to the sword, AoE weapon, while they're quite tasteful as a single target anti-shield weapon. This clip here doesn't do justice to them truly. I think the players that are playing our internal playtest right now will have a fantastic time with them. Once a character gets up to speed, like we see the jumping sequences there, they will be able to quickly and in chain deploy multiple attacks that penetrate character's shield. As a function of that, they require some commitment, which means you're opening yourself to threats from other characters, which is why they're not a great area of attack weapon, but it allows you to deliver multiple slow
Really
blades
fast.
that penetrate the shields within one window, especially within one window of second wind weakness. So if you outplay your opponent, you blow out their stamina with abilities or your melee.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about the PvP at all here. I'm thinking about PvE, and that looks really cool. I want to play it, but I'm not sure for the testing station where you have like 5 melee characters attacking you at the same time. That is something I would take. But to play for fun, yeah, like doing, for example, those daily missions for my Lance Rat, that's something I think I would have some fun using.
Thanks. expose them to a second window of vulnerability, and you proceed to follow through, massive damage.
So fast, slow blades,
Yes.
basically.
Yes. Yes.
Very-
A
very
bit
cool.
risky, a little bit of commitment, with a little bit of planning, finesse, and you'll get what you want, which is big numbers.
That's good to have some pros and cons.
See the
That
little
works
clip
great.
here, which we're gonna talk about it actually in our next section when we talk about story a little bit, because those two
Right.
knives are coming from, or this dual.
They come a
blades
little
are
bit
coming
late.
from.
I'm happy also to see changes to the rapier, because it was kind of too similar to the regular sword, but also not as it was like you would prefer the damage output of the sword rather than using the rapier, especially since the sword was the only one that could like AoE parry, which is huge when you're in testing stations surrounded by 5 melee characters.
The specific, yeah.
Yes, they come a little bit late in the overall progression for stories, but players will get them and will have a play with them. So here is the second of the 2 melee editions. Technically speaking, rapiers have been in the game for a while now. They were there at launch, but they mechanically function as extended range daggers. For us internally, we always felt that we could do better. It was just a case of resource allocation. So here we had the resources, and we chose to have something with a little bit more depth and nuance. So I like
parry damage is really good. I'm wondering what happened against a character that has a shield. Rapier apply poison. I think all of them. I mean, at least the endgame one. So if you can parry, and if someone is wearing a shield, and that's a fast attack, they should not pass through. But if you can apply poison stacks, that might be fun.
to use the following term to describe the rapier. It's a offensive defensive weapon. While that may sound a little bit awkward, by this I mean every attack, not every attack, the opening attack of the rapier, as you can see here, the half circle, is technically a parry window. If you time it correctly, you are offensively parrying your opponent. And as well, we can see there's a backstep. So you do not have a block function, but your left click is a parry forward and attack, and your right click is a parry backwards attack. So you choose your
interesting.
distance, you choose your pacing, and you step in and out of range, trying to catch your opponent off guard. And again, like the daggers, to create some nuance and variety, this is not an area of an attack weapon. This is a focused dueling weapon where players try to bait each other out to see who fails the skill checks before they proceed to deliver slow blades.
I love how it feels like a dance almost.
very
here,
different.
and
It is-
like,
That looks
Different
cool.
motion.
I'm not gonna lie, the moveset looks pretty cool.
in a sense.
Just want to mention, like the skill. I feel that the skill level for required for the rapier is higher. So I can't claim to master it. My favorite is the dual blade. To me, it's much easier to use. I will mention though that we've also equipped NPCs with rapiers, and we found out that was quite hard. So I had to give the direction that let's try not to have more than one rapier in solo content because they're quite aggressive with them.
Which is interesting to say in
That's good, I like
we
it.
actually get back to that.
Oh, that's a
later
very
as
interesting
well.
word, right?
That's yes. So, but there have also been changes to stamina. How stamina
Right. So there's been this is an interesting this is an interesting discussion because I'm not sure the best way to take this at.
Yeah, talking about stamina, my main complaint about stamina is the fact that to get it to recharge in a stressful situation when your melee character can be horrible, especially when you chase by different melee characters through I'm thinking about the testing station in the deep desert, especially because that's the core of the end game at the moment. That you really have to stop for a while and then it starts to kick in, because if you run, it doesn't recharge. It should recharge slowly still, because that creates really I should say situations that are not really enjoyable when you just play hide and seek with the enemies in the arena. So that's not really fun, especially since the ranged character now aim really good and they can get you if you have a millimeter outside of the cover, they're gonna hit you there.
So I'll take it from the player's point of view, right? So the experience for most people is that they feel like their actions do not have weight and value when they deliver them to a target. both in PvE and PvP. That message was received multiple times in our feedback sessions from players, and we've been working through it to try to create an interesting experience where everyone is rewarded for the price that they pay for an action and for misplay against an action. So we had a feature that we deployed in patch 1.2 where internally we called it Ghost Dash. I think we have silver ghosts and golden ghosts already in the game now. One of the things that didn't come aligned with this was the appropriate pricing and triggering of this effect for the corresponding state that you meant to exit it with. Said another way, we want players to pay a higher price for dashing out of abilities, which is when you dash, you've been knee charged, and you choose to dash. Okay, that's great, but you pay a high price. You pay a gold price. However, if you had received a stagger from a melee weapon, doesn't matter which melee weapon, and you choose to dash out of it, you only pay a silver price, a medium price.
So that's like offensive versus defensive dashing, pretty much. What I found that's like a little bit a problem with the dashing, particularly for me, when you attack heavy enemies, you know, the one with the machine gun or the machine gun, yeah, machine gun, pretty much the flamethrower, and they start to melee you, like when they do these like 2 swings, and then you dash out, but they immediately like just turn around and do it again, and then you dash for pretty much nothing, and that was a bit annoying to me.
And on the low end of the scale, movement is just cool. Moving around is cool, predicting is cool, evading is cool. It feels great, it looks great, let me feel great, fantastic. The normal dash, when you're not paying anything to get away from something, it's a little bit cheaper. So it's a little bit more easy to use. You feel great when you do it, and you can position yourself to deliver more gameplay effects. The end result of our goal, and this is obviously still in balancing, it's been in our internal NDA playtests. Players are going through it. We need to find the right actual numbers. The direction for this is that we want players to commit, to succeed or fail, and then pay the appropriate price for their choice.
Yeah.
The actual price, is it going to be 80 stamina? Is it going to be 70 stamina? Is it going to be 50 stamina? We'll figure out in playtesting.
All right.
If you dash away from an ability, it should be expensive. From a stagger,
Mic etiquette, please, Alex.
normal traversal, cheapest.
Yeah. So we will have to test all of this. It's like
This is
needs
not
to
just
be
for players.
balanced,
This is
of
for
course.
also NPCs that we'll see our
Yes.
players experience in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. Now, there's also changes to respecking, how respecking works.
So one of the other points of feedback that we really wanted to get on top of is that the initial implementation we had for the respec system was relatively brute force hammer solution, where you had a static cooldown window that you had to wait before you could try another playstyle. We have some pretty big commitment windows for amount of progression, and we honestly just decided, we should just let players do more interesting things. Let them try different playstyles, let them experience different things. Let them just respec a little bit more often. So instead of having a static window, you pay an increasing amount of spice cost to respec more often. And you can just respec more often, but the price goes up.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
okay. So you have like still the base 48 hours, but if you want to respec more, you pay with Melange. All right, cool.
At least to me. We'll see how.
Completely
of course,
narratively correct.
Yeah, but also like how we get feedback on it and things. We'll adjust accordingly if we see that something needs to be adjusted. So now we talked already also previously about faction ranks, about the repeatable missions, the PvE content there, and specializations specifically. Now we also have you actually mentioned it, we mentioned it briefly earlier. If not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 new dungeons and ecolabs in the game, which is super exciting.
Indeed.
So we can actually jump into some gameplay to the system of further progression.
What are those skins? This one look like straight out of KOTOR, Knight of the Old Republic. I really like it. This one, like, look at his face. Look at this dude. Yeah, it's gonna be funny.
Specialization
Team of 4.
And
Yeah, so you can get Landsraad missions to do these as well, but like whereas the Landsraad missions are focused on your own power, increasing your skills with the specializations, this will tie closely into the power of your gear, basically. So you're going to have to be running these a few times so that you get the things to craft for the augments and things like that. And even if you, let's say you get schematics that you don't care for, you can actually recycle those and turn them into
I think we have to take a step back because we haven't actually explained what augments are,
Okay.
right? So because maybe we can start with that.
Sure.
Because, yeah.
Start with augments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So augments are things that you are abilities in a way that you slot into your weapons. So you can see here these are level 1 augments. You see that on the circle. It has like just one pip on it. They go up to level 5 basically. And then for each weapon, for instance, you start by the lowest ones you have. You can only place 1 in, but then you can place up to 5 into them at the most, basically. So you can really that's how you change the personality of your weapon if you want to, or you can just have damage numbers increase and things like that.
We can go a bit more into that later. I just wanted to take
Okay.
that a bit earlier since we were talking about it already. But now let's talk about the dungeons and
Wait.
earlier
Things like personality of your weapon.
about it already. But now let's talk about the dungeons and how those are actually important also when it comes to these augments and why these dungeons are interesting.
Yes, you will get things here that you will need in order to craft to craft your weapons, use your weapon schematics and your augment schematics.
You have timers, so there's gonna be some speedrun of the testing station on the highest scaling difficulty. That's gonna be fun.
That you have to learn, and then you can craft these augments, and you can put them into the suitable type, whether that be armor or different weapon types and things like that. And
Are the drops still per player? So it doesn't mean that you're gonna get 1 augment per player or per team.
even all schematics that you don't care for, like I mentioned, you can actually recycle those, turn them into fragments that are then to be used in your crafting. So it's not a waste, even if you got something that you didn't need.
Okay, so that's cool that you're gonna be able to pretty much disassemble the one you don't need and maybe use those fragments, as you mentioned, to craft the one that you want, which will be increase your DPS.
Specifically.
So now what we see here, maybe, I'm not sure who of you wants to comment on.
This guy is getting antsy. He's like, I want to
Before you
fight.
go into dungeon, you have
Yeah, I can
difficulty
start.
scaling. Yes.
Basically, so we have now dungeon scaling so that you can challenge yourself. You can start at 1, which will be easy, go all the way, well, quite a long way, basically, on the challenge levels. And depending on
Did you saw the trap damage?
the challenge level that you pick, it will, of course, increase the challenge the higher you
So that depends, I guess, on the station, because one of the station was electric damage and this one is poison damage. So they kind of have their own team. And you see there's different grades of augmentation. Upgraded arms and armor, grade 1 arms and armor. Does it mean there is a new tier of loot?
go, but the benefits and what you get for doing the higher challenge level are, of course, beneficial. And I don't think it's in this build, but we've actually today, at least me for the first time, played dungeons with a new system that's quite exciting, which is not only do we scale the obvious things like hit points and damage output of enemies, but also depending on how many players you are going into the dungeon, we also scale the number of enemies. This means that as a solo player, you will get a solo experience.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Then it means that I can just go with my friend and we're just 2 or 3 and not a full party, and we can still have a great experience because it's not scaled for 4 players. That's really interesting. And then that's really motivating, also self-challenge. They're gonna probably be a lot of people that are gonna be like, yeah, solo run best time on difficulty scaling 5. That's gonna be awesome. That's gonna stimulate a little bit the community.
Group
That's
of
good.
4 will get a 4-group experience. But you can also play with 2 and 3, and the numbers and everything else will be scaled towards that. And also the difficulty of the challenges will be dependent on where you set the bar, basically.
And we also just saw when Camille put it all the way back, you actually get denied. Sometimes you can't actually set it to that difficulty level because you need to beat the previous one first to be able to go through.
Yeah, this is
to that
correct. So you
specific
start
one.
at, I think you can go up to 5 in the beginning in how we have it now, and then you have to start increasing the challenge. Now, interestingly, you might be able to pull off a level 5 challenge without having upgraded your gear or anything like that, but it will get challenging real quick because we expect after that to actually have gear that is augmented.
Okay, so it means that the real end game will be those testing station, and the DD is not gonna. It's just gonna become like a farming spot, pretty much. Because that's what I was expecting. Is like if you get all those upgrades and if you get those augments, and then you see those like plus 50, plus 100 damage that you're gonna get, and then it's gonna be impossible. Like you're gonna one shot everything, but then it means that everything that's outside of those testing stations is gonna be really easy. But it means in those testing station is gonna scale, and you're gonna be able to do more and more. And that gives a lot of progression, and that allows you to progress over time as you increase your specialization and you get those upgrades slowly. So that's going to be really interesting.
As you go through.
Yeah. You see here the modifiers as well for the different difficult scaling and ranking. Plus, of course, you see what you actually get, like drop rate.
It's like Mythic plus Dungeons in World of Warcraft, but without all the downside. It's only benefit, it looks like. It's no timer. You can put the difficulty you want, you just make it harder, and then as you get more stuff, you can be able to do harder stuff that will give you more loot, and that you can be able to upgrade more, and then keep on going up and up until there's going to be a ceiling, and that's going to be interesting to see where the ceiling is.
For specific thing, where of course the augmentation come into play again that you already talked about a little bit. We see that on the side. But yeah.
I can't wait to tell my friend that are not gonna bother watching the dev stream, because not many people bother do that, I guess, but they're gonna be so hyped. I think that they really cooked on this one. That's awesome what they did so far. I'm really happy. Just have a few contention points, but like, of course, nothing is perfect, and there's a lot of questions you have to experience to see it, but they're going a really good direction. It's gonna bring a second wind to this game, hopefully. I think it's gonna bring back some players, so that's gonna be interesting.
I think we're just gonna jump in.
I mean, if it's as good as it looks,
like
we have to see for that.
And before we jump into it, I would like to show off the personal light that we worked on. As you can see here, Camille on the left side there, he has a personal light with him. Obviously, it's more helpful in dark environments, but it actually follows where he looks quite effectively. It's a much needed improvement for what was the personal light, basically.
Yes, it's a complete rework of your personal light. It looks really cool too, like your little.
I like the previous personal light, but that's cool.
And
it's not what I would focus
here,
on.
We're going into a poison dungeon. Someone said it would be a good idea to have a static compactor with you. I don't know why, but there might be a good reason for it.
Do you want to bet how many players are just gonna run through the poison and not even bother, and then you just run through it, and then you just put a bandage quickly afterwards?
And all these dungeons, they have five different themes. So each of the 5 new dungeons have a different theme. This one is poison, but we also have electricity, we have darkness, we have fire, and we have radiation, and they play quite differently. Obviously, the bosses are
darkness sounds good.
And the bosses tie into the theme of the dungeon.
The main vibe of they're very different. Yeah.
Yeah, and going to a poison dungeon, it would be a good idea to actually have skills that mitigate poison damage. Going into the radiation dungeon, good idea to bring a radiation suit.
Yeah,
electricity. I don't think we really have mitigation, but don't get hit by the blasts.
I think don't get hit is generally a good thing.
So far, electricity damage seems to be draining your stamina, at least how it is in the game. So on top of doing damage, I guess. So that will be interesting to see.
For like dungeons and electricity specifically, but yeah.
Research data logged.
You see that our team is making its way here, making their way. So also we have those doors, of course, that we can talk about as well.
We have, at least internally, and I've called them the blood doors, basically, where and this is live already. We've done some tweaks to them, and there are still a couple more tweaks coming, actually. but they spawn enemies at intervals basically to provide challenge.
You also see here that there are specific traps as well that players have to be careful about, environmental hazards and things like that, of course. I actually like how organic this dungeon looks. I think it's very like...
Did this guy just bring his like Kind's cutlery to open the door? What the fuck?
very like, I'm gonna say Last of Us, but like very organic and
Yeah.
poisony, and I really like what they did with the dungeon. Yeah, so you do have to clear those rooms, of course, the blood rooms, like we are...
Oh, that looked really cool. The guy said that it looks better than what they had in the demo, and now you can see it in action. The double blade looks pretty awesome.
we
That's
had in some of
cool.
the earlier Ecolabs as well, the T6 ones. Is anyone using dual blades?
Yeah, and Camille, I saw him use dual blades.
Yeah.
Oh yes! Oh, I see now the pyro bomb stuff. Damn, on the door. Oh, that's so cool. I'm gonna get one.
Really well if you manage to stagger an enemy for a while and just keep going, because your speed of attack accelerates, and they all do damage through the shields basically. So it's quite effective.
Dash, dash, dash. Yes. Dash.
I'm using blue. Sorry for him.
Why do you stay in melee, dude? It's okay, yeah.
I don't remember which difficulty was it difficulty 5 that went in here with? Oh yeah, we can, exactly.
What was that fire animation? I don't remember seeing this fire animation on the mob before. He just tried
I don't remember
to...
which difficulty did that?
Look.
Was it difficulty 5 that went in here with?
Did you see that in the game? I don't remember seeing like enemies on fire doing like ah.
Oh yeah, we can, exactly, difficulty 4. Yeah, exactly, of course. Yeah.
That's actually reasonably hard, can be.
Well, they can handle it. The team can do this. They probably could have gone to difficulty 5.
What was that purple plasma? Ah, yeah, okay.
You have a good mix of different playstyles here too.
Yeah. There's some need charging going on.
Yeah, always need charge, baby.
Just healing up a little bit, make sure we're ready for...
And we've done some updates to the signaling of the waves, basically, because sometimes you might feel that, oh, did the encounter actually end, or is it bugged? And then we have actually some signaling with, we start with
good.
blinking lights to show, hey, this is a good time to reload, to put get your buffs on, things like that.
Oh,
Then there's
okay.
an audio signal that actually signals, well, now it's on, and it's simple mechanics, but they
What is that there?
actually they are quite useful.
What's what's happening? Okay.
Now we actually saw some loot there, also from a...
Actually,
Fragment. Component used to craft augmentation can be found in graded via recycling schematic or certain areas. So those are the fragments. Okay. Okay, cool.
they are quite useful.
Now we actually saw some loot there, also from a chest. Yeah, I'm assuming chat is actually able to hear those audio cues. We can't, of course.
Yeah.
No, of course, just we can't because we can't hear the game sound right now. All right.
Yeah. So Mary Ban is doing well.
Yeah, you see, they're basically destroying those poisonous pods first, so they don't get, or they're trying to anyway, so it doesn't. They just explode in the worst kind of time when they're already engaged with like additional ads. Which is a good idea to just get rid of them early on.
Oh, dude.
One change that we're doing basically, because when you go into here, it's quite easy to get poisoned. When you go DBNO and then you revive, currently the effect stays with you, which is quite annoying. So
That's the down but like not dead. So when you revive after being down, like the second win in of the game that you have.
clearing all the
Thinking about Borderlands.
that you have on you when you revive from DBNO.
Another quality of life change here, basically. You see also the pyro rocket being used.
Yeah, the pyro rocket
Pyro
are
rocket doesn't
awesome
have
then.
friendly fire, but you have to be careful not to damage yourself. And it's just really nice to, if someone goes into cover, just to get those NPCs out.
Did he get him on fire with his blade?
Area denial, as you mentioned as well.
Looks like he did.
Right, here we have a dual blade.
No.
Not use the burrow darts.
Just thinking the same. So.
Dual blade looks cool.
And you can of course
Very focused on
see your
drilling.
friends' personal lives as well, which talking about optimizations and everything isn't always
He has a rocket launcher with
the
him.
case, but you at least see the lights from everyone, which is quite handy if you go to the darkness dungeon, for instance.
We have an asset afterwards where we show a little bit what the other dungeons look like as well. But of course we will.
Okay, that's
In the past, but we're going all in on these unique bosses.
We should take it already a little bit ahead. So we do actually have now unique boss fights in the game, like a first version of it that we're going to build upon. But it's definitely something that I'm very excited about specifically. So once our team here is
yeah. Looks like he put them on fire with the blade, huh?
lost ads. Doing their best. They're doing really well though.
They're doing
yeah,
well.
they're doing really well. Because those dungeons are not easy, especially if you crank up the difficulty as well. Like I said though, like, I mean, there is kind of a limit where you won't get rewards anymore, right? But you can actually crank up. There's no limit to how difficult you want them to be. You can actually go to difficulty 100. So I feel like guilds and groups of players will challenge each other in.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before.
Who's
It's gonna
the
be
first
fun.
one who can get and prove that they finished the dungeon on difficulty 100, for example, right? So I think that's, at least for me, because I like speedrunning. I like, you know, first world raid encounters and things like that. So you can actually do that here too. It's like
No, you've been playing War Girl
difficulty 100.
or Final Fantasy 14,
Also,
I
that'd be
guess.
fun to watch too. I think that'd be super exciting to watch.
Yeah,
One
competitions.
of the things that was on the difficulty to select screen was the current highest level of difficulty they've completed this specific dungeon on, but also, like you said, for time running, the amount of time that it took you to do it on. For
But
example,
that's only for yourself and for
it is
you.
only
yeah.
for yourself, yes. It is
For
a
now.
personal score for now. We need to see where we expand with it to make it
Exactly.
a more prestige system for everybody to see instead of having to share screenshots.
Ranking. Yeah,
I
official
believe our
ranks.
players are just about wrapped up with this space. They're just looting, scooting, and
Making sure,
exploring.
yeah,
Nothing-
gotta make sure
nothing
you
gets
don't
left
miss.
behind.
Exactly, you
Nothing
don't
gets left behind.
don't miss
There are
any
some cases
goodies
where
here.
you want ammo, some cases where you want med packs, sometimes where you have to clean poison, otherwise things start to take a little bit too hard, and players, well, if you run out of health packs, start to panic. Cooperative mining at its best. Everyone gets a door hinge.
Right, making
Nice,
sure you
in.
don't- More loot boxes. So we do see a few new items here that are, of course, used then for what we're showing afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, some NPCs, some more clearing. There we go.
Oh, come on, parry that.
The last hurrah before the big bang.
Oh yeah. The
Yeah,
calm
those
before the
double
storm.
blade action are quite sick.
You just saw Camille take care of someone with a dual blades, and you saw that he just kept going. It looked easy there, but he was also alone. It becomes, of course, more challenging when there are more enemies attacking you. But I love the dual blades. I think
You
they're
gotta be careful not to be overwhelmed
Yeah.
by it.
the destination. So if you can see here,
Okay, that looks like the boss fight. Okay, let's show me some boss fight. I want to see
this
something
is
cool.
obviously a good place to reload. Have some spice beer, get ready to use your prescience, and take on the boss.
As a god of your team. I don't know how many times I'm in other games as well run into the boss fight and others were locked out by mistake.
He's huge.
There we go. There's a boss.
Alrighty. And so yeah, we do, that's what you mentioned earlier, that we have done user interface work as well, specifically for the boss fights.
So we indicate the faces of the on the bar there. You also see right now it's blinking. This means
Okay,
that the
nice,
boss currently
AoE damage.
is not taking damage. There is more work to be done, so we're having another go at that to make it exceptional, to make it completely clear. I just wanted to mention it.
Damn, that's a brute. Okay, cool. That looks fun. Cone attack here, it looks like. There is AoE. I would love is to see like one guy that's like at some point is hovering and he's like a lot of things missing on the ground and you have to move out of it. That would be cool also. They can do a lot of stuff, right? They can the boss can like Shigari claw you also. That can be cool. That's not that effective. Stack dots on him.
It's almost unfair, 4 against 1 here.
Was it rooting for the boss? I mean, our team is also very experienced, so it's still like
No, he has a few tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, need charge. Yes, nice with AoE. Cone attack. He's blocking.
Sorry, are you okay?
That looks fun. Is he immune to damage poison? Okay, phase 1. Okay, there's
Just doing something.
different phases. Nice. Oh, they're bringing mobs.
Brought in some friends. So we are in the final stages of the links to iron out here and there. Overall, it's been.
Okay, is he just mob or does he do something else during phase 2?
He's also deploying like little additional poison things now, seeds now on the floor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You need to keep, have to make sure to keep those in check.
I wonder how the aggro system works. Oh, he was about to do some Bene Gesserit stuff. Like shadow stepping. Multiple melee characters is always a mess against one target.
It's interesting when I
Get out of the
played
cone,
at least,
no.
I find myself constantly, in general, switching between melee and ranged. But I find that for some reason, when I go against the bosses, I generally start playing as a melee fighter.
Interesting. Why is that, do you think?
Use your need charge, dude.
I mean, yeah, I'm not sure actually. I haven't thought much about it. I just had that realization actually. No, because I saw that the most of the players here were actually using melee.
Yes. I mean, Camille
Okay,
is
phase
using a
3.
bit of a
That looks pretty fun.
of course.
I like it.
Alright, so we've gotten him down to half health now.
He threw a grenade. Oh yeah, okay. Nice.
Yeah, he spawned way more of these poison things.
Yeah.
Now.
So these poison things
Just like
are it's good
activating
in
them
the
again.
group to actually have someone be on static compactor duty, take care of those, so that the rest of the team can focus on the boss himself.
Some good damage in there. Do you need some water?
Okay, show me what you have in store, boss. Burbridge.
So yeah, so this is then challenge level 4, which is still geared to, or yeah, balanced towards not using augments, and we can crank it up to 100. So people will likely find their limit at some point.
So this is a more straightforward fight right now. While once you go into a tier where you do need augments, they're gonna get.
It's difficult to see the
Spicier
output of the
without
rook and launcher
not
here.
meaning to
Is it
be
Ancient Ways?
That jokey here? No, not that jokey. Bad joke.
What if it's never bad?
Focusing
here?
on taking out the poison ball, literally, but add to the challenge of the overall poison that's coming in as well.
So you're shooting your teammates. Okay, phase 4.
They make it look very easy because they kind of know how it works as well. And oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Now he gets.
That's gonna be fun. Yeah, that's a bit late to use your.
To use
Yes, probably a good time.
Oh, maybe not.
Right, he's on the last pip there.
Yeah, no, he's tanking it like a boss.
Reminds me also a bit of Alien with the eggs. The eggs in the, like, you know, in the mist thingy.
Yeah.
Not to cross IPs here.
Alright, there's gonna be plenty of time to figure out what's happened. Let's see when the boss dies. Don't want to spoil ourselves too much either.
I keep wondering, like, what is the story behind the suit that he's wearing? That's what I want to know now. I need to check with the narrative team what exactly the reason for this is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there is some kind of reason because there's always like. All right.
I think in the past we had some issues with not really knowing which was the boss, and suddenly you killed the boss. But I think
Oh
at
God.
least
Okay, that's yeah.
at least that confusion should be cleared away through this.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has much more room to use his spice powers, his
All
sentience.
And then let's get the loot.
And so is it individual?
Here we go.
Big. Just.
The ancient ways, okay, yeah.
New unique.
Some augments as well.
Yep.
The ancient way, which is not only
Blade grip adjuster schematic for augmentation, which reduces the stamina cost to attack of a new melee weapon. That's pretty nice. And what he was gonna say about the ancient ways?
available in the Deep Desert now. You can also get it in other boxes.
He's not
So
mic'd
these
up.
are schematics.
Yeah.
Augment schematics that you're able to
Alright, you get some spice infused plastonium dust. That's pretty good.
get here.
Exactly, and then
Augmentation, which gives the effective range of any ranged weapon. We're gonna have a huge array of it, so so you get the schematics for those, and then you need the fragment to make them. All
That you
right.
can-
yeah, exactly. You have to learn them just like you do any schematic, and then they have charges, and then you can once you have the components and everything, you can of course build them. up.
Excess schematics can be recycled or recycled to gain component required for augment crafting. All right, that's pretty good. Also, that's what they were talking about
We're
earlier.
actually going to look at that afterwards because Camille is going to go back to the base now and we'll look at how that works with the augmentations, crafting and everything. Well done, team. Thank you
Well
very
done.
much.
Thank you.
While he goes back to to his base and gets ready for showing us other things, we can actually look at some of the other ecolabs, what they look like, some of the other.
Yeah, so that's the darkness one. That's gonna be
You wanna
fun.
Take this one,
Sure,
Alex.
absolutely. I apologize. I had to control that coughing. fit. That
No,
was
don't
wildly
worry about it.
effective.
I just didn't want you to die
Sorry,
here live on
people.
stream if
Yes.
possible.
So on screen, we're seeing a couple of the other dungeons. A couple of this is, for the example, the boss from the Darkness lab. We can see the Darkness ecological testing station here
With the nice.
with the absolute lovely
Personal globe.
You'll see some of the environmental shots. This is
The radiation one.
radiation testing station. Well, internally we call it the radiation testing station. It has a wonderful set of lore, has a proper name, and a full-on narrative that players get to explore. The electricity testing station, again, internal name, has a full-on backstory of players get to explore and understand and add to their experience of Iraq.
That looks fun. There are gonna be some like
Let's
platforming
see what
puzzle
that
as well.
was.
That's cool.
This one, I believe, is this the fire station? Yes, it might be. I think it is. Is it? The hero, the people's hero.
Okay, that looks like the
on
boss,
fire.
fire boss.
Please go.
Oh damn! I hate fire in the game.
Okay,
So it's
I
very
should, oh
interesting.
god,
It's amazing.
apologies.
And this one we just completed a moment ago with the team working through the internally named Poison dungeon.
Poison eco session. All right, so we are waiting for Camille to be ready to show us what it actually looks like. How are you going to use those schematics that you're getting from those dungeons? So again, these dungeons are actually scalable, so you can either go in solo, you can go in with 2, 3, or 4 players. That will scale according to how many people you are playing with, and if you're solo. And you can also choose your difficulty level.
Exactly.
And depending on that, the loot scales as well. Of course.
And it's worth mentioning that they're actually instanced as
Yes.
well.
That's
So
Yeah, very important to mention that. Yes, yeah, exactly. And of course, replayable many times as you like. So now we're at the base. So let's see what we can actually do and what these augments look like as well. Stats.
all right. So I assume that we have some weapons or some items we want to augment. And here you see the various schematics like garment schematics, melee weapons, and the various ranged weapons and things like that. So
And
you can
how
see
many there are as well.
there's quite a few.
lots of
I'm not sure
augments.
how many, but it's a bunch.
So plenty of interesting augments here. Wow, there are lots.
And then
Okay, so they have grades. So grades depending on the difficulty on which you can get them. We saw that they were like grade 1, 2.
Camille will
So they
receive the
affect more or less the
level
recoil.
of
For example, in this case.
the augment here. It's level 1, so you still have some way to go even if you get your weapon fully decked out.
Yes, that's something else to mention, that depending on which dungeon you do or like the difficulty, you also have the higher chance to get higher tier versions of that specific augment. So to mention, that's one for me. Anything that can help with recoil, that's for me.
Yeah, and it's worth mentioning that these augments they can increase your stats basically, but there's actually some random number generation going on as well. So even if you have the highest level of these, do you actually get the jackpot and get the full,
The max
yeah, the max,
possible
yeah,
number.
exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
So here we have the augmentation station, and we see here the Halex pick, I believe it says.
Yes, Alex. Pick.
And he has 2 augments that are relevant for this. He
Minus damage, minus stamina cost, minus
could
block
have
stamina.
many more,
Okay.
but they wouldn't show up because they are the different augments are tailored towards different weapon types and armors and everything. But here we have 2 options. I have to sit a little bit closer
It's
to
a
read
blade
it.
flex
Blade
coating.
They
flex-
all against
blade
like
flex
stamina.
Blade flex
So
coating,
blocking,
yes.
because that's what you want to do with the new
and there's another one. What's the
blade.
That's a blade
optimizer? And you can see the stats here below as well. And then he's okay. And here we have for the Pyrocket.
Volume, no, but reduce accuracy, shield damage less, but clip size increase, power consumption per shot decrease, reload time decrease.
We have the
Those are minor
the quick
changes
loader.
for some of them.
Increases ammo capacity.
yeah, and we have the disruptor, quick loader, and the amplifier. So
Yeah, that's pretty
the
cool.
better your unique is, the more of these you can actually put in. So you can have level 5 augments, and you can have up to 5 of them in the in let's say a weapon, and then you can hope for the jackpot for all of them. So you can have the maximum of.
You see, so that was one of the problem I was saying, but I guess we're gonna get a lot of them. But as you can see here, attaching an augment reduces the durability of your weapon, and it cannot be removed, so it's single used. So there are gonna be a lot of demands. So on the exchange, then there are gonna be a lot of people selling, buying those, like the one you want, especially if you get a good roll on them. So that's
of
gonna be
everything.
interesting.
So, yeah, so that's how that works, I guess. Yeah, now here he is ready to attach an augmentation to the weapon. It cannot be undone. So once you commit, that's how your weapon will be forever, basically. But of course, for some of them, you can add more than just one.
We also see that it reduces the durability slightly. We also saw that there was a little bit of a penalty to it, so that's also kind of a thing that some augments are kind of payoffs, right? They might have a really big stat increase, but they might have another slight different pay.
But it is worth noticing that even though there is a durability hit overall, you can.
Okay, you can see that the double short blades, the dual wielding short blades is actually one weapon. And so that's why this skin that we haven't seen is coming from there. I mean, specifically this one. This one's probably also new, but it looks more similar to the previous Kinchtal we got, but yeah, okay.
Actually get twice the total of durability, but it might get reduced to, let's say, 170%. So even though it gets reduced, they overall have better durability than if you didn't augment them, actually.
What?
So even though it gets noticing that even though there is a durability hit, overall you can actually get twice the total of durability, but it might get reduced to, let's say, 170%. So even though it gets reduced,
Okay, so not much
they
penalty then.
overall have better durability than if you didn't augment them, actually.
Hmm.
So here we also see the range that
Okay, so what do we need to make them? So that's the fragments, some spice melange. That's not that much for diamond need. Plastanium dust. Okay, so that's been that's already, I think, for me, what's the limiting factor for crafting stuff is that I have to farm the plastanium dust. But if you get some into dungeon, that's gonna help. Regis components. That is something I don't know.
is possible on these specific augments, right? You see like from 3 to 5%. So we can roll the lowest potentially, or here actually from 2 to 8%, right?
Yep.
So you can be very lucky. You can use specialization actually to help you increase.
So you see the range here. So every time you craft one, you're gonna get a bonus between 2 and 8. And then I guess if you go into your specialization for your new specialization tree and you put maybe more points into that crafting, maybe you got more chances to get the better one. I don't know. We'll see, but that would make sense. So that would be interesting.
To get the roll higher here.
Yep.
But yeah, there's a little bit of an RNG and a gambling aspect to it as well.
Yes, that's gonna eat those dopamine boosters, baby.
Get
And the advanced weapons fabricator. Let's see if he's lucky. Camille is generally very lucky with his rolls. I keep saying like I'm just gonna have him craft my augments.
So you got a 4. Not bad. In the
4%.
middle.
4%.
All right.
That was on the lower end, wasn't it?
It was it's in the middle. Like
Okay.
I think it was one that was
Yeah,
between
between
8,
5 would
it
be
wasn't
the
that lucky.
the
It
middle
wasn't
range,
super
I
bad,
guess.
but it was definitely not. Yeah. Well, we'll try again.
And of course, you don't commit until you put it actually in the weapon. So if you're not happy, you could.
You do craft kind of the augment separately, and then you
7, that's a good
slot
roll. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be, we're gonna be gambling, baby.
better. I'm assuming he will use the 7% unless he rolls an 8% now. There we go.
All right.
Very lucky. I saw that.
Okay, you see there was a little effect around it, showing that it was the
All
maximum.
right.
That was nice.
Yeah, you see here, there's, so it's like you roll the max,
Go.
I guess.
Really great. 4, 7, and 8. There we go.
Yeah. So maybe you have some fragments. They are used to actually craft this.
Okay, so you see, so that's what you're getting into the dungeons. You're gonna get those fragments, and then depending on the quality, you can craft higher quality. So see 1, 2, 3, and it goes all the way up to 5. So you're gonna first starting by crafting the fragments 1, and then blah blah blah, and you go. That's gonna be interesting.
These augments.
I
Yeah,
just say that
I
all the
think
time.
it's
That's gonna be
like
interesting.
In the dungeon, you will find the additional material, the new material that you need to craft those things.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, yeah. And then all these
Like, I just want to point out again, it seems that you have shaders, I mean, swatches on the building pieces. And that's gonna come out. They haven't talked about it yet, but you see all of them now. And we've seen it when they first showed the new base set, that there was different color on the turbines.
Fine
So,
specialization, the new unique weapons from the dungeons, the augmentations go into, you can really customize and specialize your character how you want it to be, like also for combat here, but then also if you want to do something else, like for crafting or for, like I mentioned earlier, you can actually be the crafter that is known for being the best one at making augmentations for you, because they just have the best skills and the best chances at rolling high augmentations. So you might not want to do those yourself because of course they're tradable, which makes sense in that sense. All right, let me just get over my list here to see if we covered, I think we did cover pretty much everything now. Yes, so, which means we, of course, if Chick Walker N9W or N9W asked in Nupa, are dual blades being added to a skill tree? Is it part of the new Landsrat specializations? Everyone gets it.
Everyone can get it. Do this. I apologize. I'm sorry. I forget the microphone.
Yeah.
Everyone gets it. It comes online a little bit late. You have to do the story, find out what happens, to who it happens, maybe help them, assist them, and be rewarded for your efforts. It is just another item in the game that everyone can get access to.
I can tell you it's gonna come into the storyline in the arena. You're gonna unlock them when you're gonna do the arena, because you saw that Fade he was using them, so I guess it's where you're gonna get them.
Please
Makes
go.
sense.
All right. Sounds good. Like Julian over on YouTube is asking, so with dual daggers, how does it work with equipment? We need 2 weapon slots and
No.
daggers?
It is considered a standalone item.
One, we saw it.
Sounds very convenient. Bams over on Twitch is asking, if you pay the spice tax for spec time reduction, is that a permanent reduction in the spec cooldown?
It is not a permanent reduction. It is a increasing and decreasing amount of spice that you must pay based on how often you use it within a time window. Said
Yeah,
another
that's
way,
what you wrote,
it's
okay.
going to go back down again.
All right. I think that answers that quite nicely. Texasaurus on YouTube is asking, do existing testing stations also get this difficulty scaler or just the new ones?
Just the new ones, but we have plans about taking the older content and doing something interesting with it. Stay tuned.
Ooh, exciting.
Okay, 2027 then.
Solid Milk on Twitch is asking, is there a maximum amount of people that can join your testing station group? And also, if it's higher than 4, can you have more for... No,
These are
limited to
instances.
4.
Your party size is 4. You can do.
Yeah, okay.
Otto Biardo on YouTube is asking, can you enter dungeons with less than 4 players?
Yes, absolutely.
As it
Yeah,
just
but that's what are those questions, dude?
There it's like you have to group up before you actually go there, because that defines who is allowed.
Right. Oh, yeah, before you go into
prepare
the
in Haggo
instance.
Basin, fly
Yeah.
there, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Sephiroth on YouTube is asking, what sort of rewards can be expected in the dungeons? Yeah, we can go with that again. That's, yeah, we can just go with that in detail again as well. So you have like the new materials, of course. You have the old things as well, like the servox and all that, like the things that you need for crafting. William,
Then you have
want to-
unique schematics or
So what's gonna happen to the testing station in the deep desert? And like, is there any incentive to do the DD if I can get some schematic and some augments in the new testing station that are on the overworld map? If I get some plastinium dust as well, is there any reason, like, other than getting some nothing special? Because unless the schematic pool is different, otherwise, then those deep desert testing station are not really interesting.
schematics for uniques as well. Yeah, I mean the different. You have the augment fragments that we'll use and things like that. So yeah, the crafting components. And yeah, so
Mike, etiquette,
So
please.
like I said initially, the Lance Rod missions, just doing those will actually be to power your character. But going through the dungeons, that gives you the stuff that you need to power. And what's interesting, I think, is that you're also doing, even if you don't necessarily care, you're doing it for your faction. So you might be very specific and go to the Lance Rod and get that board. Get 5 in a row, for instance, but you might not even care, but you're still helping your faction by doing these things as you're helping yourself as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's neat.
That's cool. Yeah, that's good to mention that as well. Sir C Phoenix Fire is asking, are the augments going to stack? It's a good question.
Yes. So like I said, some uniques you can only put 1 augment on, but then you have others that you can put 2, 3, 4, and 5, and they do stack.
All right. So make sure you get a unique that has more than 1 slot, and then go nuts, so to speak. Nylos over on Twitch is asking, will boss HP scale based on number of players?
Yes.
All right.
And challenge level.
Yes. Texaurus on YouTube is asking, can we get the boss armor as well?
Nope.
Let's talk about it.
TBD.
Stay tuned. Mystical Miavar over on Twitch is asking, if my group was to do tier 1 difficulty, can we go right back in at tier 2 and have the place be reset? Or do we still have to wait for reset timers?
No, there's no reset timer. But what you have to do, actually, you have to leave the dungeon. But you just have to leave, so you'll find yourself on the Olan map,
Yeah.
and then you can go back immediately.
That makes sense for the dungeon to just repopulate with the difficulty level that you want to do. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can farm them. That's pretty cool.
Right, making sure I'm not hopping over any questions here that I've been shared. Kitty Hawks is asking,
Here's a question that no one asked. Are like the loot pool specific per dungeon, or is it like a global? Will I find only some certain schematics and augments into one of those 5, or are there like altogether big pool? That's what I want to
seeing
know.
a lot of machines that are colored. Ha! Are we able to do that with the next update? Can we color all of our machines? We can actually answer that question in our next segment, so we'll get back to that. But the answer is yes. Okay. Yes. Aden Duner on YouTube is asking, can any of these augments be gathered via PvP content?
This is geared towards PvE.
Perfect. All right.
Perfect.
So this means some really good questions, by the way. Thank you for that. Keep them coming for our next segment as well. All right. So now we are going, before we're going into a quick break, just quickly what we're going to talk about. For those of you who are curious, we're going to talk about the story, continuation of the story, and also quite a lot of quality of life changes that are coming your way in Chapter 3. And now we're taking a quick break again.
All right. I mean, it's been really positive so far. I really liked what they've done. I think it's going really a positive direction. There are a few caveats here and there still. I'm pretty concerned about, but I have to say that it's hitting the right spot. I'm gonna have fun taking some time to upgrade my character over time with the different specialization. I'm gonna have fun doing the dungeons, getting the exact weapon I want, and then having those augments tier 1, and then I'm gonna, I can get tier 2, then I'm gonna make a new weapon with this exact tier augments that I want, and then experimenting and trying. I think that's gonna be really fun. Really looking forward for that. Alright, let's
But like,
that's some faces I know.
welcome back,
Niels?
everybody, to our story segment. And we also talk about quality of life changes that are coming your way with Chapter 3. And we have a new guest, and also very Christmassy guest. Like, I'm actually a bit sad because I was considering wearing a Christmas sweater too. But like, I have to find a way to put my microphone on.
Natasha and business
mommy
mommy there.
I'm Nils, producer for the narrative team and a couple of other things as well. I've been here with Ole and have been shaming Natasha for not properly dressing up. We're working on that for next year.
Yeah, I will work on it, I
but
promise.
for now, I'm here to help talk about the story.
Yes. Also a face that we've seen on the stream before, and Ole Andreas is of course back, but Ole Andreas, production director on Dawn Awakening. Yes, so we'll talk story. There might be some spoilers, so if you haven't played through the story so far and you do want to avoid spoilers, you should mute right now. Niels can actually, once he's done talking, obviously we won't like do use spoilers, but we want to talk a little bit about what has happened so far. Not in detail, but we might actually talk about some things that are spoilery. What has happened so far? Where are we going? What's happening or what's coming up? Well, obviously not what's coming up, but what can we expect? Some teasers maybe. So if you don't want to hear that, mute us, and then Niels can do some hand thing. It's like, now you can come back and...
That was a long stream.
But anyway, Niels, tell us about the story.
Absolutely. I'll try to improvise something exciting for you, and maybe you'll know. Yes, definitely going into spoiler territory, because there's really no way to keep talking about what's going to happen in the next chapter without at least recapping a little bit of where we've been. So, for those of you still listening, you will know that we've... at the end of the launch of the game, we discovered a couple of things. The main one being, you are not who you thought you were.
You're
Golas,
yes.
a Gola.
A Gola.
And we were also left with the big question of, who is it that you were originally made from?
That was a nice twist, so I'm really
In
looking
chapter
forward
2,
for more of that.
we started exploring that question a little bit more. We went down 2 different little story threads. One, Fenring's agents being picked off. That whole mystery kind of culminating with finding our wonderful friend Thors dead and replaced, impersonated by a face dancer. So the Benito Lexu clearly having some level of involvement in what's going on. And separately from that, we also got to meet up with Aristei again. She had some harsh revelations thrown her way. Very awkward.
Let's not talk about that.
Let's not.
Let's not talk about that.
But we also tried to figure out, like, who is it that you really are? And these are the threads that we're picking up on again here with chapter 3. So we get a little bit of a hint or a clue as to where the face dancer might have ended up, and we are on the prowl looking for them again. On the way there, the first piece of content we're going to interact with is the Art of Canley, or this hidden away, unsanctioned arena near Harco, where I'll admit we took some inspiration from the books or from the people who watched the second movie, the arena on Giri Prime. And here you'll get an opportunity to get a sense
That looks good.
to fight through the kind of battles that gladiators of old would.
Is it gonna be boss fights? Because it looks like it's gonna be very trivial and just for the purpose of the quest. You know, like two-shotting one guy.
It'll be quite fun. We're going to see a little bit of a preview here from a fight between 2 people that those of you who really pay attention might recognize. Most of you will not, because you won't have heard their names before. But these are the people who were in that cell with you back earlier in the game, the first time you interacted with Thors. You'll get to have some more fun interactions with them as well later on through the game, as we are also introducing a continuation of the faction storyline. That also ties into...
That fight
stuff.
sequence
More about
looks
later.
really freaking good, man.
Yes, I am personally
Great
very
job,
excited
guys.
that we kind of reunite with another friend of ours as well. That I am really, I just really like that character. Like,
I'm similarly a very big fan. I mean,
Like Fade, like
so we got to meet up.
we are kind of like almost look like in a, you know, like this triangle love relationship.
With Arcee again in chapter 2, and it
That too,
wouldn't
yes.
be fair to the lovers of the Harkonnen if we did not give them some similar fan service. So expect to potentially get a little glimpse of the Na Baron himself again sometime soon.
Okay, so yeah, also what I just wanted to mention is that I think I mentioned that to you before, and also the narrative team specifically, is that I really love the fact that we have those characters that you know from potentially only the movies, but many of us know from the books, and I love that we have the opportunity to make them more nuanced, you know, like not like black and white, good and evil, like this character I hate, this character I love, and give them within the lore and within the universe kind of like a believable and meaningful kind of character arc as well, and a little bit of a more nuanced character.
No, absolutely. I think with Fade, I mean, one of the most exciting things was getting to develop him kind of beyond the point that we were allowed to see him in the books, right? Spoilers for those who have not seen the movies or read the books. He does pass away very tragically. Maybe not so tragically.
Not so tragically, no.
But obviously, in our timeline, you know, it's been 10 years since, and he's had a chance to develop a lot. And like extrapolating what that character would be like by this point with the experiences that he's had, and you know, in the world where Paul is not, and instead there's a lovely young woman who he was intended to be wed to. That's been really, really exciting, and we think you'll have some very fun interactions with him.
Yeah, I personally really love that aspect, and I still think that while we're exploring that, we also managed to stay really true to the actual universe and, you know, the root of the characters and all that. So I think it's actually very exciting, specifically. Yes, so something that we're going to touch upon in the quality of life changes, I think we can actually already, we've seen some cool cinematics here, also that we saw in the announcement trailer too from the story, so I'm personally very excited to see where it's going.
Yeah, this fighting sequence is pretty good.
On the story as well, for those of you who really like playing through the main story and also know the lore and then kind of connect the dots and everything. Because the narrative team has been working really hard, they're fantastic writers too, so I'm personally very excited for you to play through this and see where this is going. Now we're going into quality of life changes as well.
This was my attempt at the movement. I don't know how to tell them to that the spoiler is over.
Oh,
We'll see.
yeah,
Maybe
okay.
they'll figure it out.
You can come back in. It's fine.
Yes.
Forgot about that. Perfect. Thank you for remembering to bring everyone back in as well. All right. So, Ole Andreas, we have talked about so many things. New system, new mechanics, as we talked about, based on player feedback and a foundation to build upon as well with new exciting things. But besides all of that, we also have quality of life changes in Chapter 3.
Yes, we do read the different forums, Reddit, Discord.
I don't think that's good to read Discord and Reddit, to be honest, because those are the players that spend like 40 hours a week playing the game, and often are the ones that you will see the most vocal on those platforms, and then you get a biased view of the game. But sure.
We do read the feedback that people are giving us, and then we try to incorporate that into our plans. And some of those plans match up with chapters like this, and then they turn into quality of life features, which also then sometimes feeds well into the rest of the gameplay loops that we have. So I can start with mentioning the personal glow globe, or the personal light that we talked about earlier, and I've seen a few times already. It's one, I think it's a really good addition to Chapter 3, because it works really well with the Darkness Dungeon and a few other of the locations, which are kind of dark location, and it takes it gives you a light companion. It's a really cool addition, I think. And then in addition to the new endgame revamp stuff and the additions to Landsrad, we have also added a faction chat to the game as part of Chapter 3. This
Finally!
is exciting. So as soon as you reach, I think it's faction rank 2 right now, you will unlock the new faction chat, and then you can basically chat globally in the entire the world that you're on regarding anything faction related. So you can scheme and make some nice plans.
You can also have a spine there, of course.
Oh, sounds like somebody has plans.
I mean, I'm a Harkonnen at heart. Of course, I need to.
Natasha, no!
It's cool. So then you can start talking about, we want to. If you have a Landsrad tile that you really want to coordinate around, you can kind of coordinate using that chat, which is really nice. In the Deep Desert, we've made some changes. I can touch a little bit upon those. Mainly cleaning up a little bit around the shield wall. So we made the shield wall now into one continuous segment with ramps even leading down to the desert. You can see it on the screen here. So you now can drive your ground vehicles all the way up and down the shield wall, the ramps basically. And I know a lot of you guys love doing death races in the Deep Desert using your tread wheels and sand bikes and whatnot. So now you have a way to get up again as well. So it's
That's gonna
really
be
cool.
fun.
I do want to mention that we have talked about this in a developer update in the past. Our intention is, with time, to return the Deep Desert back to its original vision. Is our intention here. So I just wanted to mention that as part of this as well.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, the full PvP, nah. I mean, that's hard. Like, because here is the thing. How are you gonna get your melange if it's full PvP? It's gonna be a nightmare, dude. I don't want to see that.
What else do we have? I think the placeable swatches we can go into next. I think it's been seen a few times already, and it's kind of exciting. I really love.
Okay, there are some kind of awesome swatches. This is the color I want. This is what I was talking about. I will give me some colors like that, but give it to me also for the armor. Like, this looks good.
Finally, quite a few of your placeables or your machines you can now add swatches to. And a lot of these swatches are also rewards as part of the new...
Also, Waiku doesn't look like... Ah, yeah. No, that doesn't look like that. Does it? I mean, I only wear heavy armor, so I don't...
new content that you'll have. So now you can have some really unique and personally crafted and tailored or customized bases that you can...
Also, to answer the question from Kitty Hawks from earlier.
Yes.
Was asking about.
Kitty Hawks
nicely
was
spotted, by the way. Very nicely spotted. I wonder if other people actually.
I'm really excited about this. The team really did a good job there. Yes. Another thing is I do want to give a shout out to the base reconstruction tool, even though that was a part of the patch that we just did. It is such a massive update that the team was working on, and it seems to be well received, and it allows the players to take a...
Of course it's well received. People have been begging for it since day one, dude. Like, for sure people love it. It should have been there from the start, but it took a lot of time to put in. But damn, you should have think about it.
A break if they need to.
Thought about it,
also
sorry.
a great tool for moving your base between different locations or even between different sieges if you want to move it to a different siege. And a really nice quality of life on that base reconstruction tool, which I don't think get enough credit, is they can press X while you're placing it, and it snaps to the original location. Because a lot of people build bases quite intricately into terrain or like in a location where it's really hard to, like, it's really hard if you're going to try and make it go back there. So you snap it back, and that's perfect. So then you can take your base, move to a different siege, and then you snap it back right there if you want to.
If the space is free, of course.
If the space is free.
Yes.
But there's plenty of sieges. And then I just want to mention that this also ties into our future plans around character transfer and server merges, which there will be more information on soon. That's
I don't know if I'm interested in server mergers, to be honest, because my server is pretty empty and I like it.
Vehicle relocation mode.
It's just like pretty much a private server, like me and my friend and a couple of randos on my siege at least. So that's like... that's perfect, and the server is quite empty. I like it.
Is currently slated for Chapter 3. We're testing it now in the NDA PTC, and then we'll test it in the public test client soon as well, which allows you. So if you have a vehicle that's stuck somewhere, or it's on the same map as you, and you just wanted to relocate it to you, you can use that functionality, and you can relocate your vehicle to you, which has been a highly requested feature. So all of these good things are coming in Chapter 3. I'm super excited to share it with you, and keep giving us feedback and keep telling us what you need and want.
I still remember back.
I want more colors, more swatches for my armor, some swatches that are nice and colorful. That's what I want.
When we were early on in testing, and I had my
Like, dial that saturation slider on the right, dude.
very first buggy, and that was when the physics were a bit different too. And I managed to lodge it in between a really tight gap, and I couldn't get it out because we didn't have like the system in place we have now, so I couldn't take it apart either and stuff, and I was just lost. It was just lost there. It's just like, I'm a horrible driver in games. I'm a really good driver. I'm a very good driver, like in real life, I swear. I think my partner, my boyfriend...
I believe you, Natasha.
would be better. But in games, I'm absolutely horrible. I'm really glad we have that functioning game now. Just gonna say that.
Well,
all right, so...
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, well, even if you're a bad driver in the game, we have a tool for you.
No,
now.
we have a
So
tool
it's
for
okay.
that. Yeah, we should make that our motto. We have a tool for that. You know, like, you have a question, we have a tool for that. You have an issue, we have a tool for that. Anyway, we do actually have some questions now for this segment as well. All right, so the Trumpcat on Twitch is asking, the Trumpcat, sorry, is on Twitch is asking, can you romance Feyd-Raza? Asking the real questions here, I like it.
Yes.
Look forward to the future.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not confirming or denying anything, but we have been joking around.
Yeah,
about
he's
it,
there,
every now
Keaton.
and then. there will be some fun things for people who would like to romance him. Certainly coming in here. We had some very good voiceover sessions with the actor, and he leaned into it well.
Oh man, that's exciting. Okay, all right, there we go.
All
I
right.
wasn't expecting the answer. I didn't know that either, by the way. So thank you for asking that question. Kelly T over on Twitch is asking, can we get that Atreides plate the guy has in the pit? I actually don't remember.
From the cinematic?
The dual? No, not the dual blades, right? Because those, of course, you can get.
Was that the question? If you get the blades? No.
It was the question is
From the cinematic where there was the Atreides guy for the
Atreides play.
the
Sorry, can you
quest
get
the
the
quest in
Atreides
season
blade the
3. He had
guy
like a
has in the pit?
kind
Maybe
of
we can go
short
back
blade.
to- If you can.
see it again.
Yeah. Let's check it out again. I mean, I know someone is using the dual blades because those, of course, you can get, but I'm pretty sure that they mean something. That one.
Yes, this one. It's not a short blade, but it's a short blade in the way that, you know, we don't have a skin like that. That's kind of like a middle range. It's bigger than a short blade, but it's not a long sword yet.
I guess this one, because it has the Atreides salute.
I think we'll have to come back to this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know myself.
It looks cool.
Send us a screenshot on social media and ask, and then we'll get back to you.
Yeah, tag us. Tag us on social media, and we can get back to you because I actually don't know either. So, yeah. All right, we're going to the next question. And apologies, but we'll try to figure that out for you. Mystical Miavar with another question. Why couldn't I have a dialogue option in chapter 2 to tell Arista it wasn't my fault? And I was so sorry. I feel that very much.
We just like to torture you. That's no. I mean, you try, right? She just doesn't really let you because she's a little bit too focused on too many things. It's tough that you had to find out that way, but we know that you were trying your best.
It's about Zentara.
No,
For those who don't know, you know.
We know. She doesn't know though.
Pitched the idea to me.
You loved it. You loved it. Of course
I was
you
so
did.
for it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I remember as well the first time I heard about it, and I was like, "You're such a." Anyway, moving on. Invin91 on Twitch is asking questions of quality of life. Can we get more circuits to craft and dispatch correctly all components on storage?
We'll look into it.
All right. Not promising anything, but we never say never. All right. Nice one, Oni on YouTube. Will the swatches also be used for the building pieces so your base can be red or green, etc.?
Not for now. Is what I'm going to answer. So no, it's for the placeables, specifically some of the machines. I don't think every single placeable, but most of them.
All right, we can actually go back to the previous question because we are actually just having confirmation. I mean, like doing this like, I just got confirmation. Like this, how they're doing like, hello, yes, we got confirmation. No, actually, I just heard that we actually do have faction blades in chapter 3.
We have a lot of fun rewards with the
and we have
factions,
Camille
yes.
here actually showing one of them.
Oh, was that the question?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not the
Yeah,
same.
that's
It's
the question,
it's longer,
we
but
probably
cool.
didn't-
Atreides and
I didn't portray the
Arcanim's
question well enough. I think that was on me.
blades,
Yes.
skins would
So
be
there are
interesting.
actually, with the new faction tiers, we also have new faction rewards.
Yes,
So-
correct.
And that's one
Tons of
those.
new rewards in chapter
Tons of
3.
new rewards. All right. So we were able to answer the question as well. Okay, another question from Cyrus Phoenix Fire. I apologize. I'm so sorry for butchering your name. It's a really cool name, but it's also difficult. If Deep Desert will be reverted fully, is there going to be other locations for spice sand and plastinium ore?
We will take into account when we design and change things to make it viable for different types of playstyles. I can't commit to anything here now. We're still figuring out design-wise and kind of how we want to land it. But when I'm saying we want to take it back to its original vision, I'm being on purpose a little bit vague for now because we still want to kind of nail that balance. But definitely keep.
I like the way it is now. I like to have like half PvE, half PvP. I like it this way. Because that gives you some room to take some risk and go into the PvP area where you have those, the huge spice beds. But at the same time, you don't have to do like 20 kilometers with in open sand with your carrier ornithopter and just take the risk to go there. I mean, especially since there are not many big guilds, and that's open again the window for grifters. I think I like the way it is now. I'm gonna be honest.
Giving us feedback like that, we're gonna take it into account as we figure it out.
All right. And then we have a question from Boletis01 over on Twitch. Will you release some of the in-game decoration assets to be craftable? Examples, carpets, pillows, etc.
There's no plan for that right now.
Yeah, talking about it, I want to be able to lay down in my bed. All right? That's a quality of life that I want. I want to be able to lay down, okay? Sit on my furnitures, get my chair properly placed in front of my desk and not like in 45 degrees and back. So because like looks like my character. Anyway, the way they sit is not really, it's just like snapping a little bit. So why not just allow me to sit at my desk? It's for my ARP fellows out there.
But yeah, keep giving
Alright.
feedback.
All right. DTX World on Twitch. Will there ever be a way to replay story missions?
Well, you can do that by
Making a
starting
new
the game and
character.
playing a new character. But
Oh my god, yeah.
it is something we've been discussing. We'll have to see what time brings. But yeah, it's definitely something we've been discussing internally.
Yeah, it's
All
not
right,
my
and
priority
one
at
last
all.
question, a spicy one, from Siegewalker over on YouTube. Can we have arena PvP combat on demand?
I mean, there's so many cool players building their own PvP arenas. So that's
Yeah, that would be great to have, like, since you have the overworld map, you can have like kind of an arena, and you can do like 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, even 4 versus 4. I don't know. That's what is gonna bring everyone together, I think, on the end game term. If you leave the deep desert as it is, because I don't think the big guild stuff is really enticing to a lot of players. I think you should focus more on small groups, and having like ranked or arena or just arena might be really fun. So just a place you load like those testing station on the overworld map, and then you just come and you can come with your team, and then you can register, and then you're in a queue, and then you can fight like from server to server, you know, like a global, since it's instance part, that you go into a queue and then you can fight people ranked. And I think that will really bring out best in the game. And I'm not like primarily a PvP player, but as a PvP player, that's what I would like to have, is to have those like arena duel. And then you can have different arenas. That would be really awesome.
already kind of possible, but I guess they were asking for something more structured in a way. Also something we're discussing internally. This I'm not committing to anything here now because this is all about Chapter 3 now. I want us to focus on that, but definitely something we have been discussing internally.
All right.
I don't think that's... I mean, like, having a simple system is that hard. So that's going to be interesting if they really do something about it. Because, like, for PvP, again, like, team fight, like, 3 versus 3, 4 versus 4, 2 versus 2, even 1 versus 1. That can be super fun. It was, like, an option of having a ranked system with, like, finding teams for you to fight, and then you queued automatically, or... having the option to enter with anyone you want. That would be fun also.
Righty, and that was the
Like private
last
fighting
question
rooms.
for this particular segment.
And if you do that, had like some kind of way that you can like see it, that you can sit in the arena and watch your friends fight, or even random people fight and you can cheer. That would be awesome if you can do that.
Now.
You know, like just sit and watch the current match that's going on. That would be fun.
No, we're gonna look at, we're not opening the giveaway just yet, so don't start spamming. You have more than enough time to enter the giveaway later when we open it up. But what we're gonna do now, after we take another quick break, is we're gonna look at the optional content that you can pay for, our paid DLC called Raiders, not Riders.
Riders of the
Raiders
Storm.
Broken Lands. Right after the break.
Alright, let's speed. That's getting long, baby.
DLC. Optional paid DLC. Again, we have to iterate here that it's only cosmetics in the DLCs. Also, because we did actually learn from the previous DLC, maybe Ole Andreas, you want to comment on that?
Yeah, I mean, we continuously like see what you guys think of what we put out there, and we try to learn from it. And I mean, with the last DLC, we had some issues with the expectation around how many building pieces there were. We did address that, and we did.
Yeah, for sure. You see the price you pay for those? Like, come on, dude. You gotta give me something more than like alpha set. Even what you gave us at the end is alpha set, to be honest. But that's better than nothing. But come on, it was indeed a bit disappointing.
The team worked really well on fleshing out the set, and now it's a really good set, I think, in the first one. So in Chapter 3 and onwards, we're gonna be super clear, transparent, predictable on what is included in a DLC. Yeah, I guess we can jump into it. So it's a very like a a very transparent package, if you want it.
Yes. And we also learned that people really like building pieces. So
They
going
really
for
do.
it, going
I
for
also.
it, we
Yeah,
will
oh, sure.
very clear.
Yeah, that's like I think this game has one of the best, if not the best, base building. It's not perfect. There's a like little snapping thing that I would like to have, but like the base look awesome. Like that's freaking good. So of course people really like that because that's one of the best part of the game. If it's not like the most enticing to most player, because I think a lot of people are just like, oh, let me build my little base and it's so look awesome, and it's not about like end game big guild PvP fighting.
What's paid and what is free content thematic wise as well. So yeah, let's take a look at the
That-
game. Yes, it's
So that's like the what they were showing. So the raider buggy, okay, the smuggler decoration piece, that looks fine. The emotes, not really care. The swatch looks okay, but as you see again, yeah, that's okay. The weapon variants, yeah. I'm not sure about the building pieces for this one, to be honest.
a meaty one. Can I just say that? Because
It
it
is.
has over 100 things in this DLC, which is actually kind of crazy.
It is. I mean, I'm super happy for the building set. It's 74 pieces of the smuggler's building set. And then you have the
74 pieces, so that's just like a complete building set, pretty much, right?
armor and still suits for the smugglers. You have a light and heavy and a still suit. And then you have the 17 smuggler decoration pieces. There's some really nice furniture and bookshelves and cool placeables in there. Then you have the smuggler weapon variants, and then a raider buggy variant, which looks super cool.
Sorry for the
You have a
black
swatch
screen.
that
It's
is
gonna come back one
is,
second.
themed
Here we go.
as the smugglers, and then you have 2 new emotes. So I think the next thing is we're gonna actually dig in and
We're going to
look at
jump
it.
into the live version of those, yes.
I think see Camille here getting his ornithopter ready.
And has built an absolute masterpiece with these new things here.
See
For me, that looks like a beehive.
there.
Our resident builder, Tor Eagle, of course, again, has built an absolute masterpiece with these new
Shout out to Toregel.
building pieces. Shout out to Tor Eagle, you magician, you. Absolutely.
Yes,
crazy.
as you see here, it's really gracefully built into the actual terrain and the geology. It's a really unique set. I think we
I like always it's like, oh, this is beautiful, but it's not efficient. Do you imagine the taxes you pay for that surface area and you don't exploit like all of this and you just, but yeah, of course I can do that, but why would I do that in practice myself? Because then I'm gonna get to like an efficient building. Like, come on, I
talked about it a bit earlier. Like they're scavengers, kind of by nature and by trade, but they're not scavenging, and it's not like a low quality craft or ragged.
Yeah, it doesn't look cheap.
They
at all.
really do care, and they put quality and careful craft into what they make. So it's got a sense of quality to it. But yeah, it's kind of, what do you call it? The style kind of.
What did I call it earlier when we were looking at it? I don't remember what I
No,
said
I
actually.
don't remember either. Maybe you want
like that looks good, but where do you put your? Yeah, you
on the
put it
side.
on the outside. You put your spice,
With
your
the smugglers,
big spice
we're
refinery
keeping
on the
several things
outside.
in mind. We have here a very organized group that is kind of subsisting on the resources that exist on Arrakis. Obviously, they are able to acquire things from other places, but when comparing them to other kind of bigger name factions like the Atreides, the Harkonnen, they don't have the same kind of production base available to them that these kind of great houses do. So while they are like, you know, the
I really like the seats here. That looks pretty good.
more distinguished of the groups you're going to find on,
looks like-
on Arrakis, they are still kind of salvaging a lot of their materials from things like, you know, fallen highliners or things that exist within the world. A far cry, of course, from the scavengers who have to scavenge simply to survive. They have created something that is much more refined and that suits kind of the ambition levels that they have. So style-wise, that's kind of where, from an art perspective, we've been trying
That
to
looks really good.
finding a way of communicating that.
It looks so good though, especially from the inside the windows.
I know.
Yeah.
I love how the windows look so
Me
different from
too.
the inside to the outside
Yeah.
as well. They get
That's
Maybe also
that's
see
fine.
an overview of all the different
There's
pieces.
so
that you're
many.
getting
Like
with
this is for
set.
all of you builders out there that you want a new style to mix and match, or just completely do your own smugglers base with. This is perfect for you. You sit in your chair.
Yeah.
You also see a nice. You got the
Comfy
still
bed? Oh, okay, you're talking about the still suit.
on stylish as ever.
really liked a lot.
I actually saw on the
So good.
NDA PTC that a lot of people commented on that.
Game so far.
This base
Gorgeous.
is
So
only this building set and the decoration pieces. So this
Yeah.
is just built with the smuggler set.
So everything you see here, yeah, and of course the ornithopter skin as well.
No, the Ornithopter skin
No.
is a normal chunk
that's
one.
not-
Yeah,
one.
that's the regular variant here. That's not the one we saw previously.
But yeah, I think you have the Raider Buggy skin in there as well.
Oh yeah, it's the buggy.
Nice little lamp there. Looks really, really cool.
The ornithopter's fitting the theme so well, so I was just like, my brain just zoned out. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's looks perfect.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then now that you can swatch your placeables, you can use the same swatch to make your placeables look in the same style. Yeah, look at that.
Earthy.
So many options. I love it.
Does it mean I will also get more swatches option for vehicles or no?
So yeah, this will be available at the same time as chapter.
So there you have it. A lot of content, free, and then also the DLC here is coming your way with Chapter 3. It's around the corner. We're looking at early 2026, depending on testing. But before we take another quick break,
Maybe I can mention. Did we
go
announce the
ahead.
PTC now, or did we not?
No, I was going to do it at the end, but you can do it now. You can do it now. Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Since we're talking about testing and everything, and we're it's shipping in early 2026. Tomorrow, this is going live on our PTC servers. More information about the time and so on.
Yeah, on the
And
PTR
right now
then.
we are going early with going to PTC with it quite early because we really want your feedback and your thoughts and what you like, so that we have some time to actually tune it and kind of adjust it as people give us feedback. So please check it out. Tell us what you think. Give us feedback. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So before we go into another very quick break, where we have a last round of Q&A as well, we're going to start our giveaway. So now you're actually allowed to spam chat with !awoo with 2 O's. AW. I know. Just to know where this is coming from for the vets among us here in chat. So yeah. Yes. So the giveaway will unfortunately only be open to Twitch. Point. I am very sorry about
All
that.
right.
I'm getting there now. 2 main games, 3 deluxe upgrades, and 10 DLCs of your choice. Change some of your
Woo.
Okay, I don't care. Let's go for the last part of the Q&A and then we can wrap this up.
So our giveaway that's running right now. So if you want to join in, !awoo DLC.
Woo.
Woo. All right, let's get started with some of the questions. We have another question from Kitty Hux. Will we be getting Atreides Harkonnen variants for our carriers and crawlers?
No.
For carriers, yes.
Oh, sorry. Carriers.
carriers, yes.
Sorry, my brain was in a different place. Yes, for carriers, yes,
And
but no crawlers.
All right, next question from Joby610 on YouTube. With the southern half of the deep desert currently PvE, but still containing PvP pockets at objectives, do you plan to adjust the layout or incentives so PvP remains engaging?
We don't have a solid plan currently, like what I think, Ole, you said it earlier, that we intend to bring the deep desert back to the original plan or the original vision.
No,
basically, but
no.
there is-
Give us more PvP option like arenas, but don't put back the the deep desert in full PvP beyond the wall.
Currently working through the designs and like direction and how we figuring out how we want to actually in detail solve it. But I mean, we will take both PvP and PvE into account whenever we do this, of course.
No, like think about like the PvP is about like the deep desert is still about resource gathering. It's like how you get your spice. If you put it in full PvP, what are the PvE players are gonna be crying? And the gankers are gonna be happy. The grifter are gonna have a lot of fun, but it's never gonna be your vision of like big guilds fighting one another for territory or for something. No, it's always a group of few guys that run the whole server for everyone, because there's very few big guilds and just a couple of players that play together, and then you go into harvesting spice because that's the only viable option you have to get like decent spice for several players. And then you get your carrier and your crawler, and then you get ganked, or you just go exploring and then you get ganked. But just by grifters that just enjoy doing it. We all seen it. We all read the Reddit, heard all the horror stories. How many players did quit because they were not enticed into doing PvP, and that they were not wanting to do that because it's never fair. It's always like you always get ganked. It's not like, okay, let's fight for this or that. If there's clear objective to fight around, yes. If it's just you try to do stuff that you should do to develop yourself, and then you get like griefed, ganked by a few players that want to ruin you, that's not fun, because it's not a fair fight. Never. It's always one side ready dominating the other one. Because then if you just play with a couple of friends, you can't have like a full assault PvP from 3 players. Then you're gonna just you're done, because you have a carrier to take care of, you have your crawler also to take care of, and then you can't fight around that, and then you just lose all your progress, and then it's very frustrating. Just give also other PvP options of PvP, like entice players to do PvP focused activities and not have a PvP area. That's what I'm saying. Like, let people partake in PvP if they want. Even if you give resources that are specific, like PvP augments, you can have that. If you have like an arena system, you can have a way to engage into PvP objective that will give you PvP focused augments. That's also a possibility. Just do that.
Talk to me on Twitch is asking, where are we with server transfers, merges?
Yes, we are working on both server or character transfer is what we're calling it, which is basically allowing your character to transfer between one world to another. Is very close. The team is just wrapping up the small minor details now, and we're doing testing. And then also making sure that it works well with everything, and the team is basically almost there with it. So expect that one to land soon. It will work with your character, your bases, vehicles, all of that. You'll be able to just back up your base and transfer over, basically. And then server merges is a little bit further away, but also the team is actively working on it, and it's
I'm not looking forward to that, so that's okay.
Right now.
I can just say that they are using sort of the same tech, basically. So like one thing has to happen before the other, and then we're good to go.
Makes
but we're
sense,
close.
because everything is connected, of course, in one way or another. Ref's Corner on YouTube, will the third Landsred faction still be coming?
That's a
Good question.
I think I can dodge that one.
Nils is not here anymore. We just, yeah.
If this is the third faction in terms of the Landsred or something, the end game, then it's still a TBD. We'll see.
Question.
Yeah, so they talked about that early when the game was about to launch, that they will have a third faction balancing the system, but then they focused on first getting a decent end game and taking into account that not everyone is wanting to do PvP, and that they give something to do for PvP players and PvP players alike. They can do those dungeon activities, which is PvE. And then they can progress, and then everyone can have fun this way. But then the third faction is going to come later. But rebalancing the Landsred this way was the most important. But now I think this third faction, maybe that's a stepstone to implement it later. I don't know.
Which would it be possible to create a separate augment tab so it doesn't clutter the inventory?
We don't have plans for that, but
That's a really good question. A lot of MMO or RPG do that you have a separate tab, like for schematic tab, pretty much. That's what you want. Like, that's schematic, don't clutter your inventory. That's what people want, I guess. And I would be really up for it also, not to have to carry those schematic with me and have a separate tab for them, because you could pretty much imagine that's just like techno space, right?
That's a suggestion that we should consider.
Yeah. So keep sharing through our channels, Discord and such. Warlord Platypus over on Twitch is asking, can we carry passengers between overland locations in our ornithopters?
No, that's not gonna work too hard.
Warlord Platypus.
No.
Tech is not there yet.
It is something that we have been looking at, and we might look at it again. It is a bit of a tricky problem to solve. It's not like we don't want it. It's just that it's technically a challenge to solve. And right now, as a company, we also and as a team, we also have to focus on solving other problems. So. It's not a current focus, but it's definitely something we have been looking at in the past. Yeah.
All right. Arc Space Quest is asking, what will the new building items be made from? I've actually pinged our resident builder, because I have to admit, none of us three here was actually sure. We weren't sure. I'll see if I can. I don't think Todd Egan has answered. I'll try to get back on that question in regards to detailed information about the building.
I would expect it is the same as you would build with the other ones, like the Tradis and. If you're talking about the smuggler ones, I would expect it to be the same, but we can confirm.
DLC.
Like Blastone instead of like just rock.
So if we get confirmation on that, we'll definitely let you know. Can we sleep in beds now? Space Code 1 is asking.
That's what I was talking about. You know I'm not the only one.
No, but we have been looking at that as well. Again, it's not a focus right now. But yeah, keep giving feedback like that.
It doesn't look like that hard.
Look into the future.
Let me cuddle with my body is in game. Let me sleep with my
So we have another question that is in regards to the building set that we also not 100% sure of. Will we get half white walls and floors? I'm guessing that's also in regards to the new building set. I would kind of expect so, but I'm actually not sure. I have to admit.
I don't remember. Like in my head, it's like 74 pieces. I do think so, but
Same.
But I'm not 100% sure, so we should
Same.
be confirming this.
Yes, so I
rather.
did ping Twitter.
half floors. I don't think we
And
got
if
any
he
of
has
those,
any
right?
answer, I'll definitely update.
You got the triangular, the round one for the
Sabina
corners.
Savage is asking, will the relocate tool for the vehicles work on vehicles stuck in social hubs? Good question.
That is a good question. Vehicle stuck in social hub due to many drinks.
For those kind of edge cases.
So,
if you can't drive, don't.
Yeah, it seems like a bug. Okay,
yeah.
I don't care about this question.
Yeah, just
I think currently the tool only
Sure, you got the microphone.
Yep.
Alrighty. Rashid Williams is asking, will there be an attachment to God of Flowers and with crawlers? Williams is asking, will there be an attachment to God of Flowers and with crawlers?
That's something I was talking also with my friend, that you can, with your crawler, you have a specific attachment that instead of having spice sand that you can collect, you can also collect flower sand. That will be a quality of life improvement.
flower sand with crawlers. Not in the plan currently. So you still have to go onto the sand, dare your life with the...
Use the compactor.
I mean, you could just naked run
Or
like I do.
naked. You can naked. Yeah, you can. You can just hand collect.
Nothing is like gathering some flower sand early in the morning naked on the sands of Arrakis.
You have some really weird hobbies, Oli Andreas. Let me just say that. Like, okay. Phil is asking, will there be a way to go back to another faction if you already swapped faction one time already? So, defect twice.
No. If you defect...
You can make it with a spice cost. I guess that would be cool, because the problem is that now they some people change faction. Is there a reason specific for that? No, because you can also buy all the skins separately, just more expensive. So yeah, I don't know.
They don't trust you
won't have you
anymore.
back.
They don't trust
Sorry.
you anymore. Nope. Gotta choose your. Gotta choose your.
You can be like, I was a triple agent all that time.
You gotta choose your way properly here. About console release date.
No,
I don't care about
elements of
console.
it, like the different what do you call it, like technologies of the controller, etc., etc. So it's coming along quite nicely, but no release date. It'll be late next year. Is what we said.
Okay,
so
so it's coming. Good.
So what about building items like lamps? Will they be raised to like the limits? Sorry, building limits.
No, this is mostly a performance concern, to be honest. So we'll, like, as we keep working on the game, we continuously optimize, we continuously look at things like this. If we see that we have the option to raise it, we will definitely do so, because it's one of the things that is requested. But right now, performance is the limiting factor.
Yeah, you can see it. My base is making people lag when they
Maybe
come
in the
near to
future,
it, because
for
I
now,
have
no.
like almost full item
All right.
on like a really
How's
big base.
Erdus on YouTube? Any word on allowing fabricators and storage set to faction permissions, similarly to how they can be set to public or guilds?
That's a weird
Faction
question.
permissions
faction permissions
on
placeable.
fabricators and storage.
Oh, right.
So you can say any Harkonnen can access this.
That is not on the plans, but it's also an interesting idea.
Can be just nice to your faction only.
Well, you can think about deep desert faction specific hubs that you could make. That would be cool. I mean, that's always like nice helping people.
You can just put it to public, and then you say like a trades only, like write a sign above it,
No Harkonnen allowed.
Yes. and then you have like snipers hidden in the different mountains.
It's a cool idea, though. I like that. Yeah. I mean, the idea from our... Would it be possible to restore completely broken armor, weapons, and equipment?
Currently not on the plans, but recycle.
Yes. And then Connor Michael is asking on YouTube, are any adjustments or balances going to be made to cripple strike?
Thank you. we are currently not doing balancing on cripple strike. I think with what Alex talked about earlier with the stamina cost and things like that, we will see.
So cripple strike, if I remember properly, it's a sword master skill. that you counterattack and you do some damage based on your weapon, and then at the same time you reduce enemies' mobility, and this might have been not ideal for most player, but I don't use this one.
How that's received, basically. I feel that we have reacted maybe a little bit too quickly in some cases, and because of that, the game has drifted in a way that we didn't fully understand at the time. And I think that we need to take a step back and look at where we are, and also define clearly where we are going when you play. But it's not going to be the full package that people are hoping for, not just yet.
But it's fine. We're looking at it.
Alrighty, let's see if you have some more questions. Woo. Still going. Full game versions, 3 deluxe upgrades, or 1 of 10. Have Alan Estrada, I think he had a question, or they had a question earlier too, on YouTube. Can we please have the higher tower fabricator craft the lower tier stuff as well? Probably a question for...
No, not necessary.
So it's a tricky thing in a way, because like the more we optimize like this, the less need you'll have to expand your base. So we are actually careful and making sure that we want players to have all the things, so that they will have to keep engaging with the building loops and build things bigger.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So
good answer.
Okay. And another question from PicRoses24 from YouTube. When will this build be on the test server? We actually mentioned that already.
Yeah, do you say it? Okay.
Is it going to be a bigger party size? I mean, we had kind of a question like that already, but we can iterate on that.
There'll still be 4 player parties.
4 is good.
So there are half walls indeed in the... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having
Then we weren't
Yeah, they were asking about
No,
half
I was
floors.
pretty
think,
sure.
also.
I just wasn't 100% sure. So yeah, there will be half walls in this new building set in the DLC. Also, I should get an answer anytime now regarding the actual material being used. But we have another question though. No, actually we answered that question already. But I got the answer now regarding half floors, regarding the question for the DLC. Also now we have what material. So let's see if you can answer that as well. All right, but I think... Did you? I mean, people know I picked Harkonnen. I mean, come on. What factions did you guys pick?
exactly sure. But
Thank you. All right. So I am just
Care.
checking in on what's going on. If we have our winner draw sometime soon. It's being worked on, so we can discuss a bit more. Okay. So I want to ask you actually, because there's so much in this new chapter.
So much.
What is your favorite thing though? Can you even?
I mean, done people who play
to the vision that we had for how they would be, basically, but time and being what it is, we didn't manage to fully get there. But now this is actually what we all wanted them to be. All like have them themed, have bosses, and also the fact that we finally have we have instancing. We have
like proper instancing and dungeon is exactly what I was begging for in my head for a long time. Me and my friend were always talking about that. Like, why is it that it's not happening like that yet? That's awesome. That's true. That's really the highlight to me with the progression we can have over time. That's gonna be really cool. Like knowing that the specialization progression, having that and having a long-term objective, having like dungeons, that's perfect. That's what we want.
I think as a survival game, which Dune is, it's cool that we're going so deep into the system side.
Yeah, me too. Like I wouldn't call it grind stickler for that. Like
It doesn't need to be a grind. I will.
we're already reaching out to the winners, so we actually have winners already. You won, but with that said, the giveaway is over. Maybe we can have the infographic up again to see how beefy this update is going to be. I think really, like, this is all the stuff that's coming for free. All the new systems, as we mentioned, based on player feedback, based on like
The Pyro Rocket is gonna be awesome.
on
Then
Reddit, on
I'm
social
like,
media, on different types of comms in our
I
Discord.
already want one for those
And,
tasting
I think
station.
it's a very,
When you have like
very,
the
very
wave
cool
of mobs
station
coming
that
out the
we have built
window,
here to
boom, Pyro
also,
Rocket in your
expand on
face,
and,
all on
like,
fire, baby.
work with.
It's gonna be
That's
fun.
exciting. I mean, the game has been months
Hard.
to share.
Goldfish, so I have to have cheat sheets, and it's like these are the things that I wanted to talk about. It's quite a lot.
All right. So here you have the graphic again, and yeah, I think with that. No, wait, we actually had 3 more questions now. Just remembered. I think we
More questions.
Did we? Just making sure I didn't forget anything. No, we have all the questions. Much for watching. Thank you for being on this journey with us.
Thank you,
We
Natasha,
really
Andreas
appreciate it.
Villar,
If
and
you
the other
haven't yet
Daves
updated
that came
Prime
to
get,
give us a
the free
really
DLC,
nice
obviously,
presentation
it's
of what was
for the pack to
happening.
not confuse anyone. With those really fun placeables, the strategy table, and the little things you can play with.
That was pretty good. I really
Little tidbits like this that
I'm enthusiastic about what they announced. I think it's gonna revive a little bit the game. I don't know if we're gonna get back to what we had at the beginning, because they had such a huge start with such a big IP, and they were not ready to tackle such a big IP, and they were not ready to see how many people it will bring based on their experience with other games like Conan. So that's awesome. I think there is huge potential. I think it might bring some people. It's too late for some people. You could have kept a lot more people if you took an extra 6 months for the development, and you had the base reconstruction tool that allow you to remove your base and put it back, and you had some dungeons ready. That could have waited a little bit, but at least knowing that you can remove your base, because I know some people now are definitely not gonna come back, because for them it's over. They're not even gonna learn about it. They're not even gonna know what's happening now, and it's like word of mouth now that for some people, like maybe, hey, come back on this game, it's good, but I guess that's the player base is not gonna return a lot. But of course they're gonna be a little spike here, so that's gonna be pretty cool. Okay. Mo. Yeah, my little cat broke down. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I really enjoyed this stream. I'm really excited about everything that's coming up, and I think that's pretty good. My eyes look so weird. That's the light. You see the reflection on my screen. Look. Damn. Okay. I'm really looking forward. When they say early 2026, I hope it's like Q1 before March would be great. But of course, if it's Q1, it's okay, because sometimes they say early 2026 and it means June. So I hope we're gonna get that sooner. I really enjoyed it. Nothing much to say. We're gonna sleep on this. There's always something that I want to improve, but first we're gonna have to test it. I might come back, make maybe a video afterwards, because like I had a lot of critics boiling up, and I was planning to do video and it was very negative, and I'm like, nah, I should not do that, because I'm really engaged into the game. I don't know what's my playtime. So only a modest 600 hours, because I slowed down a lot after that. You saw the game was stagnating a bit, but I still play every week, at least a couple of hours in 2 sessions. So yeah, so it's going well. It took my time, and I've unlocked everything I needed, just missing a few schematics that I probably don't need, to be honest. I have all the one that I need in tier 6, even piling up some of the blades. And now that I know there's this augment system, I think it's be even more interesting, maybe, to have those schematics ready to use. So I hope they will, if I have to make a mental note of what I think is important to look out, it's on the augment system. There was something that was kind of like, so there's the lens rad first. The lens rad reward, it's always the same. It's always boring. We need more rotation. No one asked a question about is the loot pool in each station specific in the new testing station, or is it like a global? Because then that's at an importance, because like you're like, oh, maybe I'm gonna do the poison one because that's where I can get this augment, right? Or maybe I'm gonna do the electric one because that's where I want my augments. Or is it just like pick the one you like? Because it's also, if it's pick the one you like and there is one that's easier than the other one, everyone's gonna just spam the same one, getting what they need. So, but also if there is a too restricted pool on some of them, like for example, I don't know, like all range augments are there, and then people are gonna be like, nah, I don't wanna, I just do melee, so I'm not gonna do this one. So that's gonna be a thing to balance also. I think that were the main things I had in mind, and hopefully better swatches, better colors. Really excited about the fact that I can put color on my base a little bit more. Be able to sleep in my bed also, as was mentioned. That was pretty interesting. I'm gonna see for the story. The last chapter was underwhelming because it was too fast. In a couple of hours you were done. So I hope we'll have something that lingers a bit more, but also the respect changes, that you can respect more, not really too much interested in that. I think you can manage with what you have, but really looking forward for the dungeon. I think that's all. Bye bye, sleepers. See you next time. See you in game, and hopefully we will have a really nice chapter 3, and I'm gonna see you in the deep desert. Bye.